for free. Terms and conditions apply.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A good karma brands radio station. Don.
Where do we stand on sus?
Hahn.
It's lame. It needs Viagra.
And Rosenberg.
I'm going to lift my shirt up, take my pants down, and shake it all around. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, you bet your ace. We're on YouTube. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Yeah.
Don is in the great city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Nice weather today, too.
In Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
The 412?
Low 50s. Nice walk to the arena. One of the best arenas in the league.
Where you staying? So it's a nice close stay?
Yeah, like a half mile. Nice walk. A nice brisk walk.
There you go. Enjoy yourself.
Get my steps.
What time did you get there yesterday? Late?
I got to the hotel at midnight.
So you're not going to have a lot of time in Pittsburgh?
No, we'll leave right after the game. But
That's it.
I walked to the morning skate.
Look at you.
Just
How are you feeling? How are you feeling physically? We're concerned. We're all concerned.
Getting a little better. Do I sound okay?
Alan, what do you think? I think he sounds better than yesterday, a tad.
Sounds bad. A little nasally, but that's
Yeah,
all
a
right.
little nasally.
We can get through that. Do me a favor, Donnie, before you get back, grab me a Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Nope, can't.
No, you can until May.
Oh,
it's going out.
Shutting down. It's tragic news.
Yet another major
newspaper
gone.
I mean, it's brutal. So they've gone through a lot there, though. But, yeah, for a collection.
And, Alan, how are you feeling physically?
I'm feeling great.
Look good.
A terrible night's sleep.
Oh, what happened? Was there an incident?
Just got home late. It was one of those games.
It's one of those weeks.
Good that they got. Yeah, it's been like that, but no complaints. It's just did not get a good night's sleep, so I had to battle through this morning. But we're good. But everything's good, ready to go. But I got some yacht rock tonight in Huntington that I'm looking forward to after the show. A little post show, hanging out with some friends.
Some yacht rock. And what does that mean when you say it's a yacht rock situation?
I'm going to find out.
So you don't even know what this is.
So are they like a band's doing covers, or are the actual yacht rock artists?
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, I think it's a review.
That's
what it's called. So would a review mean it's like a band that just covers a whole bunch of different type songs? I don't know. I've never gone, but everybody tells me it's a lot of fun, and we're celebrating Betsy's birthday.
Oh, we love Betsy's birthday.
We love Betsy at MSG. So we're like, yeah, let's go. So I'm going.
I love this for you.
I do too.
This is you mentioned the getting home late, of course, because the Knicks got a much-needed 123-111 victory over the LA Boats. And we can feel a little bit better about what's going on over there, at least for the moment.
The boat.
Jalen Brunson back on track, looking more like Jalen Brunson. But before that, guys,
Towns looked more like Towns is the real story.
That's the headline.
He looked like start of the fourth quarter. Really, the game turned because he turned it on.
Still can't stop himself though.
Well, no, I know. Like it's unreal. Like one of the questions I asked him on the court was just simply like, "What was different?" And he just, I got more than 6 shots. Like, oh boy. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem, buddy. You got 18 shots, but you only made 6 of them. That's
never mind. Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
No. You're right. I'm saying let's never mind the fact, but it's just that he had to just he's got to keep dropping that, and he can't help himself. He's going through it right now. Whatever's happening with him mentally is getting in the way, but it didn't get in the way of ending a losing streak right before a long road trip. So last night was very necessary. And at 14-5, whatever it was to start the game, I was like, oh no, because they looked terrible out of the gate.
Yeah, they did,
but they got it right. So,
all right. So what we're going to start today though is there may be a tad bit of a hiccup with John Harbaugh to the Giants. Let's hear from Jordan Rana, who will explain how the firing of Mike McDaniel in Miami could create a bit of a problem here for the G-men.
The Miami Dolphins entered the chat, and they are now probably considered the front runners. Okay. Now, the reason for that is there is a connection between John Harbaugh and the Dolphins and Stephen Ross. And so once that job opens, you connect the dots and you say, you know what? Okay, here we go. You understand why he might want to go there. Here's what I think everybody's missing in the situation. So why would John Harbaugh be interested in the Dolphins over the Giants? Because personally, I don't think the Dolphins is a great job. But when you have a connection, like it seems like John Harbaugh does, then he could pick his general manager. He could basically get carte blanche, get a check to do what he wants, rebuild, get a new quarterback, find his own quarterback, whatever it may be. That is enticing.
Mm-hmm.
Just when you thought we could have something nice.
Didn't we, though? Like, this is why yesterday, as we were talking about not the teams that jobs are open, but the fact that more than the jobs open were calls that they were taking, that Harbaugh's agent was taking, tells you there were teams that were considering making a move. And we all, right, didn't we all say Miami? We all thought that because we knew McDaniel was going to be on shaky ground to begin with. And if you're Ross and you know something, which his connection to Michigan, obviously a connection to Harbaugh. There was a lot of Harbaugh going to the Miami talk when he was at Michigan. So with all of that, you got to feel like he must have gotten some type of indication of, well, let's see, if I bring in Chad Alexander as a GM who's got Ravens blood, and that's now a connection to Harbaugh. Now Harbaugh has his GM that he knows he can work with. That makes for an easier situation. So the Giants have some serious now competition. And we heard Gary say it yesterday, Gary Myers. We heard Ian say it to Ian O'Connor say it to Michael Kay. Don, the Giants don't operate in a way of if Harbaugh or his representation said, listen, he's comfortable in Miami, so he'll go with his GM instead of coming into a place with a GM that he doesn't really know. Shouldn't the Giants say, well, we'll hire Chad? Like, we can clear the decks if that's all it takes. Should they or shouldn't they? Because those guys made it sound like that's not what the Giants would do.
Well, it's not what the Giants do, but before they hired Dable and Shane, the Giants weren't a team that usually went outside the organization. But because of the failures previously, they decided to go outside the organization. So they did show at least the ability to pivot, to change, to look at things differently. John Mara is also somebody that pays attention to what the fans have to say. He probably heard or was told how fans were salivating at the possibility of John Harbaugh, and now to have the rug pulled out because you want to go with Shane, who the fan base can't stand, that's a way to lose your fans. That's a way to really get under their skin. Is that something that John would be motivated to try to avoid? Remember, I keep circling back to this, guys. They gave Shane no contract extension. And the reason I believe they didn't is because of moments like this. If something arises where we can lose Joe, we're willing to do that. We'd like to keep him. We'd like to find a guy that would work with Joe Schoen. But until we do, I'm not giving him a contract extension because I'm not going to let him stand in the way of getting the guy that we want. If they want John Harbaugh, they've got to do what they can to get him, whether it's financially or whether it's allowing him to buy the groceries. I don't see how some standard has to get in the way. How has that standard worked for this team over the last decade and a half? If you want John Harbaugh, then you got to play ball. And if you've got other teams that are willing to give him the farm, then you've got to think about the farm plus, don't you?
I do. I do. I think when it comes to landing the big fish coach, now unless Mike Tomlin shakes free and then we start this whole thing all over again, right? But I feel like if that's what it takes, I think that's got to be on the table. And the ironic thing is, or not ironic, but the funny thing is that it's Joe Schoen that'll be sitting at the table.
Well,
that'll have to say, well, if you want your own GM, like he can't do that. Who's going to do it?
Right, nobody. But
somebody has to, though.
I understand what Gary said. That what's a contract extension mean? These guys are all filthy rich. If they gave him a 2-year contract extension, they could still fire him.
Mm-hmm.
But optics are still important, Alan, right?
Sure.
If you announced on Monday Shane's coming back, and with it is a 2-year contract extension, and then John Harbaugh becomes available, and you fire Joe Schoen so you can get John Harbaugh, as excited as the fans would be to get John Harbaugh, you would kind of look foolish, right? 5 minutes ago, you gave the general manager a contract extension,
right,
and then he's gone. So the optics of that would look bad. Well, you didn't promise Joe Schoen anything. All you said was he's staying. He's going to lead the search for a head coach. Okay, we found a head coach. Thanks, Joe. He wants to bring in his own general manager. Goodbye. We'll pay you this year, and then you're done. Doesn't that look a lot better? If you believe in Joe Schoen so much that you believe he is the general manager of the future of this franchise, and the gold standard for the Giants is to always stick with their guys, then where's the contract extension? There was none. So I have to believe it's for moments like this. So how foolish would it be that Joe Schoen's going to stand in the way of you getting your head coach when you didn't even give him an extension?
If you know he wants the job, what you worry about now is because, of course, Miami's got to go through the process. They've got to interview other candidates. So we know you have time, right? If you get the opportunity to sit down with John Harbaugh, you've got to find out if that, like, are you going to a ready-made situation? Like, are you just comfortable in Miami? Because Kevin Stefanski is there. Now, everybody feels like Kevin Stefanski is like, it's almost like taking an L, which I'm telling you that's not true. Mike McCarthy, Don, you've also talked about, like, there are options for the Giants.
Yes, there
But
is.
you don't want to sit and wait either. So if this is like, all right, John, are you setting something up? Don't waste my time. Because if that's what you're trying to do, then just let us know. But if you'd like to come here because it is the New York Football Giants, it is an iconic franchise, and why wouldn't you want to take this job? Then let us know what you want, and if that includes bringing in your own guy to run the front office, you can't tell Joe that, but you're going to have to tell someone else that, whether it's one of the Maras, like you're going to have to tell somebody. That message has to be relayed as soon as possible. Because otherwise you're wasting your time. Then it becomes a charade. He comes to New York, he sits down, he talks to you, but the whole time he knows I'm going to Miami because they're hiring my GM. Now that's going to be in the next couple of days. They're going to hire a GM in the next couple of days. And it seems like if Chad gets the job, Chad, by the way, with the Ravens, worked with Joe Douglas. He had some Jets time as well. And then he went over to L.A. with the Chargers. If that's the guy they hire, you kind of got to feel like it's a fait accompli. You got to feel like it, right?
Well,
of course you go with somebody he's familiar with, who was taught by Ozzie Newsome, who worked with Eric DaCosta. Like, this is exactly why he would want to move, because it's somebody that he can trust.
Unless it's just a Hail Mary of I got to try to win him over, and I'm going to show the confidence by going out and hiring somebody I think he wants to work with. Like that old story I tell about, when the Jets were trying to persuade Reggie White to sign as a free agent before he left Philadelphia to go to Green Bay. And Reggie's like, I like it here. If only you had a quarterback. So the Jets go out and sign Boomer Esiason, and Reggie still went to Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Right. So if Miami does it right, they find out, like, if I hire this guy, will you come over? And he says, yes, all right, then you do it. But if they're just doing it, hoping to set things up, and they just cross their fingers and toes that they win the face-off, then, that's kind of what Miami's known to do. And I know it's a bad job because of the Tua situation, and the team has not done well recently, but that's still, the Miami Dolphins are still something. Well, and turning that franchise around could still be a big deal, and it's South Beach and all that. But
please.
I know the Dolphins are bad, but if you're a certain age, you remember the Dolphins as being, one of the elite teams, and if you were able to turn that around, that could be a pretty good gig.
I think there are several things that make Miami very unattractive. And Alan, we talked about this some, but one of them being that you're locked into a quarterback who is very unsure. The history of the franchise now for a very long time not being very good. And I have to admit, there's a part of me that, as appealing as John Harbaugh is, I sort of like that the Giants aren't the capitulate, oh my God, we'll give you anything you want kind of franchise. Because I've been a part of when an organization does that, and it's pathetic, and it almost never works. In the end, you sell your soul to this person who's usually on a retread. It's always a retread, right? Usually someone who hasn't had success for a while, because if they had success recently, they'd still be there. Mm-hmm. And on this retread, you go, oh my God, we're so down. What do you want? The team is yours. We'll put your face on the helmet. Anything to get you. I don't think real big-time organizations should do that, honestly.
But there is somewhere in between, right, Peter, that you don't want to have to go all gaga, but at the same time, at least open up the lanes for the possibility of getting the head coach that you want.
Well,
Like,
and in this case, it's not that big a deal. If you're saying all that is now is getting rid of a GM who, frankly, you're barely married to anyway, he's got 1 year on his deal, then why not?
See, giving him the keys to the franchise would be if I just gave Shane a 5-year contract extension and then fired him.
Right.
But the fact that you didn't give him an extension, I don't think you're moving mountains to bring John Harbaugh here. Just listening to him and saying, how bad do you want him? And, the old days where all these owners knew each other and nobody stepped on each other's toes, you could kind of act that way.
Yeah.
But now, if you see other franchises are, giving the moon and the stars and are really, giving the ultimate pitch, then and you're a franchise that hasn't done anything recently and really been embarrassing over the last 3 years, I'm sorry, you're going to have to make some necessary adjustments. I do think the Giants are one of the flagship franchises in the NFL, but for the Giants to walk into a room like the big bad Giants after the last 3 years and really since Eli Manning won his last Super Bowl, that's a joke. You're not. You don't have that. You've got your hat in the hand like every other team in the NFL. Yeah, you're attractive because you got the quarterback and it's New York City and all that, but you're laying in the weeds of some bad franchises that might be willing to give a little bit more. So if you want to compete, man, you just can't say I'm the Giants. That's it. You're gonna have to sell. You're gonna have to pitch a little bit to get this done.
Isn't that what I said? That's what I said. They're not. The Giants in some of these interview processes are not selling, not having the coach sell me on your program. No, the Giants are trying to sell them to these experienced coaches. This is why you want to come here. Here's why, despite how bad we've been the last couple of years, you can come here and win right away. Here's what we've got for you. That's like if you're Joe Schoen, you're literally selling your whole ability to draft, to figure out player personnel, that whole system you've come up with, all your analytics. You're selling that to someone because they haven't hired an experienced coach in Tom Coughlin, right? They haven't done that.
Yep.
So that now they're trying to do that, and you got to give a coach like that a reason to want to come to you when there's 7 other jobs open.
Don, I think it's important at this point in the show that we correct Alan on the pronunciation of the coaching candidate's name in the first place.
Hot
Yeah, you missed
I
that.
forgot
yesterday.
you have to pronounce.
You didn't know that.
G-H?
You didn't know that it's
There's
very
a G in it.
Hard G.
I
Harbog.
It was you missed
Harbog.
You missed Richard on fire yesterday.
Harbog sounds like a town in Long Island.
It really does. Harbog.
It really does sound like a Long Island town. Harbog, Long Island.
mean, in the defense of Richard, there is
It's like
a G in the
Hopog
name.
and Patchog put together.
But here's the thing about Richard that makes him amazing. I believe it's a testament to Richard's level of Captain Literal Man, because he watches and listens to enough sports. Guys, he absolutely knows that everyone pronounces his name Harbaugh. He listens to the radio all day. He watches every event and listens to every event that happens. This means he says he's Ron Burgundy. He sees a G, he says G.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, this might be, if you're looking into, if you want to picture him making the phone call, and if you saw the movie The Fan.
Yes.
The Wesley Snipes vehicle.
No.
Not the Wesley Snipes vehicle. The Peyton Oswald vehicle.
Yes.
The Patton Oswalt vehicle.
Patton Oswalt vehicle.
Peyton.
Where he made his phone calls.
And Rappaport was in it.
Right, but when the Fan called it was like Scott Farrell, who was actually the host.
Oh, yeah, I watched this too.
Yes.
Yeah, you had me watch this. I enjoyed it.
He took notes. I think we found out that Richard is taking notes because we know he listens to sports radio. We know he knows sports. But he writes all his thoughts down, and in the moment he becomes Ron Burgundy, and he read John Harbaugh the way it was written down. So I think this is now, we got the visual of the phone call where he's got one of those yellow notepads, and he's reading off a script.
You think he's got a legal pad, and he's just, he's got just scratched all kinds of notes down, and he's trying to get it all out. And at that moment, he just saw the GH and went for it. No.
And then remember that call a few months ago where he actually literally repeated exactly what he just said?
Yep.
He just lost his place.
Yeah, went right back to it.
So I think we just found out a little bit of information. But keep doing it. I wasn't sure. We took the last call crew after you left, Alan.
Yep.
And we had a full bank, and I wanted to get as many as we could.
And you
went
to Richard first.
Do I go to Richard it was worth it. It really was.
All right.
It really was.
1-800-919-3776. We're starting off talking about the Giants here, but we'll get to the Knicks. There's a lot of different things to get to today. We got old Gilberto in the truck. What's up, buddy?
What's up, my guys? John. What's up, Hahn? What's up, Peter?
There you go.
Peter, be looking in the market. They're going to be looking for you for another day job, man, morning job, so don't get too comfortable.
I think we're enjoying doing the Ibra Laura Rosenberg podcast situation every day. I don't think there's I don't think there's going to be another morning job for your guy except working on my own.
I want to bring up this point. I want to shoot down all the bad mumbo jumbo or whatever you call that. You know what I'm saying? That they're doing with the Harbaugh. Okay? I'm Puerto Rican. I know how to pronounce his name.
There you go.
Okay? Now, Harbaugh's coming to the Giants. The guy from Cleveland is going to Tennessee, and Mike McCarthy is going to Miami. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to leave you with that thought. I'm going to tell you why Harbaugh's coming here. Harbaugh's wife does not want him going to Miami with all those bikini-clad females walking half nude through the street, okay? She ain't having it. She wants him with a nice place up where you live at, Hahn. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere nice up there where he can get a nice little limousine ride to the Giant Stadium and do his thing. Let me know what you think about that. And by the way, Don, you killed me with that $29.99 I love you phone call, but some butch picked up and I wasn't lonely anymore. You killed, the internet was flying over that comment, bro. You guys are chemistry in motion. Take care, guys.
There's a lot there.
I wouldn't think much of John's marriage if she didn't trust him in South Beach because of all the scantily clad women walking around the stadium. And that this,
listen, I understand there are phonies every day. But that this 63-year-old religious family man is going to who's done nothing but probably be in an office in a football building the last 30 years.
With a college-age daughter.
Is going to just start running. Well, you know what? We have seen some elderly football coaches do similar things. But I don't expect that from Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh.
Or any of the Harbaughs.
Nothing that he said in that call respectfully made sense.
Well, even
being Puerto Rican as an understanding of the pronunciation of Harbaugh.
Well, that was
not a typical Latin name.
I just the fact that he said where I live to go to Giants, the last place you want to live is here if you're going to go there.
And then he asked me about, and then he said, he said something nice. And if you guys recall, Gil is the caller who the other day said he loves me on the morning show, and we had to tell him there is no morning show. You remember that?
Now he's telling you don't,
now he's saying, watch out, there's going to be a lot of interest in you.
Won't be long.
And when I responded and tried to plug what I'm doing, and I went, well, Ibra Laura Rosenberg, we're doing a show every day. He had no interest. He went, all right, well, good luck.
Yeah.
No party.
You see that?
No.
He moved on.
No.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
But we love Gilbert.
We love Gilbert. All right, we have a lot more people to talk to. We'll get to you at 1-800-919-3776. What are the possibilities of John
Harbaugh
and the New York Giants? We'll do that and much more on a Thursday on Don Hahn Rosenberg.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead.
Really?
That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's Second Chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back and unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Nassau County, hitting the brakes on the Meadowbrook southbound. Right before the Southern State, a broken down car in the right lane. Solid ride there from Hempstead Turnpike. Heading across the Upper East River into Queens. Stick with the Whitestone Bridge if you can. Throgs Neck Bridge right before the span on the Bronx side. Some police department activity or stop there from the Bruckner. Heaviest slowdowns to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. Your jam from White Plains Road on through. We had some earlier afternoon road work on both the upper and lower decks. Inbound George just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Still have some construction there. Outbound Lincoln already about 5 to 10. Outbound Helen 10 to 15. This report is sponsored by Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit behind Sesame Street. The world needs Sesame, and right now Sesame needs you. Donate today. Visit sesame.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
What? So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 11th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
There you go. I hope we'll hear some Christopher Cross tonight.
Woo!
I gotta check. I gotta see what's on the old set list. Right?
Oh, you have a set list?
Oh, I want to hear it.
I gotta look it up.
No, you got to look it up. I want to hear that. That'd be really good, ENN.
You know what would be really good too, Don? If you had
time?
a mic stand.
I forgot to pack it.
You didn't bring a mic
I'm setting everything up. And of all the things to forget, that's the thing to forget.
Now, Peter, did you? I don't know. I know you're in the studio, which, by the way, good for you. Second of all, I don't know if you could look on the screen, but Don is giving off Phil Donahue vibes. Like he's just.
Oh, he's holding the mic.
Oh yeah,
holding the mic.
Like I feel
he's
like
running up. He's running up to the guy in the third row.
That's right.
Peter, you know how this works when he's home.
It's like you could see Don just like he's going to Miami. Right. What do you think?
At the end of the show, I go, Don, headphones, Comrex. I didn't mention Mike Sten.
You didn't.
So really, it's my fault. I'll take the
all right, how about
Alan's ring light?
What about the thing I got him that?
Did that make the trip?
An all-in-one.
That one was not
very simple.
Because,
just take it with you, Don. It goes right there. It's simple.
Yeah, but he won't.
Why didn't you bring it?
Because
you know
there just isn't room. I got a carry-on bag and I got all this equipment. It's what he gave me is pretty hefty.
Did you fly commercial yesterday?
I flew commercial. Yes. If I was flying with the team, by all means, I would have brought it with me.
It is. I purposely.
It doesn't fit in a carry-on.
It folds. It breaks down. It folds up easy.
Well, I had a cap, but I've got my suit, my clothes, and I got all the equipment, the Comrex, the microphone, all that, and I just forgot the stand, and that's the one thing I could forget. Anything else would have definitely disrupted the broadcast, but I do look like Phil Donahue. For people that don't know who you're talking about, because he's been off the air for 20 years.
He was my favorite.
He married Marlo Thomas. Great job.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a win.
And he didn't go the whole "you're not the father."
No.
But he had like wacky topics.
But he interviewed his audience and got them involved in the conversation.
Oh, and running. Like he would sprint up up the rafters to talk to the person in the back row.
By the way, Don Pablo in the chat says that you have no respect for the gift.
It's not feeling like it.
And now I'm feeling like this. If you really, and I think we should always be honest with each other. Like I feel you always say I'm sensitive, but really I just like to poke the bear. I don't take it personally. If you're like, look, I'm never going to use it. Give it back to me, and I will return it.
No,
I'm fine with returning it.
I don't need it at home because I've got the laptop.
Well, no, you do. You need it at home. I can count the boogers in your nose. Okay, like you definitely need it at home. A straight up on your face.
I will try it at home then. But again, that now means I got to use my iPad, which I use for the call screener, or the phone, which I use to stay in touch with everybody. So it will work perfectly on the road when I'm able to fit it into either my carry-on or if I'm going with the team. I'll tell you what, it'll be on the trip this weekend. We're going to Winnipeg Saturday. I'm going with the team. Sunday afternoon, Winnipeg, there's no show. But Monday in Minnesota, I will have it with me. And you'll see it in all its glory.
Peter, yes or no? Think he'll do it?
All right. Odds that I have it Monday, or that Damien Woody will tell us that he watched Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, no. Wait, he didn't even do it over the holidays?
Don's going to bring Alan's gift.
Yes.
Now, we agree we can't bring it up after today, right?
No, we're going to continue to bring it up until he absolutely is humiliated enough to finally watch it. Because now the holidays are over. He can't keep talking about watch the Hallmark Channel now.
The Hallmark movies now have gone to that place where no man should watch them.
Yeah. Or woman.
They're back there again.
And I hope that after like us prodding him for 2 years, he finally watches it. We're like, so what did you think? He's like, not a fan.
Well, now we built it up too much, right?
Yeah, can you like a movie when you've been forced to watch it for years? That's hard to say.
That's what happened to me with Forrest Gump. I didn't see Forrest Gump until it came out on video.
And by the time you got to it,
I thought it was good, but it didn't live up to the hype because I didn't see it in the theater and all the awards and everything. So I was expecting like Sparks to come out, and that didn't happen.
That is the hard part with movies if you get to it too late.
Yeah, and I think I got to Forrest Gump too late. And listen, he's already too late for Napoleon Dynamite. It came out like 25 years ago. But the fact that we requested on the air for him to watch it, and this, if he admits today he didn't see it, that's a month. That's disrespect.
You think it's just that he doesn't care for it?
Well, no, he's leading us down the primrose path. He had no intention of ever watching it, and he's playing with us.
There's no worse path than primrose. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Brian in Sleepy Hollow to talk some.
Hot dog.
What do you got, Brian?
Hot dog. I just wanted to say my dad, God rest his soul, for the life of him, he'd watch every Giant game. He was a Giant fan. but it would always be Tom Coughlin. Tom, he's
No.
from Brooklyn.
No.
Yeah, and it was like, Richard's listening right now, and he's hearing all these corrections. Is he going to say Harbaugh ever? No. But, yeah, that's the type of guy he is.
Coughlin is almost next level beyond Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did you ever correct him?
Of course, yeah. I'd be like, cough, like, Lynn, cough. But
there's an H. There was an H there. There was an H there, though, for the cough.
I know, yeah, but Coughlin, no, that he was an Irish NYPD cop, so kind of hard-headed, but God rest his soul. But
wait, Coughlin is Irish though. It's an Irish.
I know,
name.
but supposedly in Ireland they say Coughlin or whatever.
That's not. That
would always be his point.
No, that's a fair point. That's a good one.
But with the Giants in Miami, as a Jets fan, I just want to say, I hope he goes to Atlanta. Even though I do think he's going to end up on the Giants, just because I just can't picture him in Aqua. That's all. Have a good day, guys.
Well, listen, I do the same thing. I was telling somebody the other day, like when I was a kid, if there were trade rumors, I would try to picture in my mind that player wearing that uniform, and if I couldn't do it, I'd say then it's never going to happen. And more times than not, I was right.
But the thing about coaches are they don't wear uniforms.
No, but he'll wear the hat, right?
Right.
He'll have Aqua on somewhere.
It is hard to picture, no?
I don't know.
I can't picture it.
Well, only because we only know him as the Ravens coach, right?
Well, and they're coming off of, the most Nozzly-looking, capri pants-wearing, Gen Z-looking coach of all time. So it's a weird – the Mike McDaniel to John Harbaugh is tough.
You'd take him as your OC in a heartbeat, though.
You take what?
You would take him as your OC in a heartbeat.
Sure you would. That's totally – that's like –
And he loves Dan Quinn. Saved his life.
I know. I've heard them wax poetic about each other.
It's funny with dads. My father, I think I told you this, Peter, he always said wrestling. Never said wrestling.
No matter what.
Taylor, David, I'm going to take you to the wrestling this weekend.
Wrestling sounds very Southern.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
don't know where
It's
he
more.
got it
It's
from.
more Southern slang.
Refused to be corrected on it.
Did he say like charisma instead of charisma?
No, just for whatever. Listen. He was probably just making fun of my brother.
Oh wow!
But that's the way he always referred to it.
Oh yeah, he was probably
I'm here
mocking.
with my family.
Sure, we understand it. 1-800-919.
Well timed.
Not even play. Compare my dad to that fraud, Brian.
1-800. No, his dad was doing an intentional mocking Southern accent. Brian Kelly was pretending to be Southern.
He was saying, like me. Well, you like me.
Is there any, can we just be honest?
No.
Across all sports, is there a more unlikable group percentage-wise than big-time college football head coaches?
Yeah.
It's Don, tell me I'm wrong.
In sports?
Yes. Like
Of all the sports things to hate.
Of all the sports groups you could hate, players from a league, coaches from a league, referees, you name it. I think D-nozzle per capita, there is nothing higher than like big-time D1 college football coaches.
Can I throw in baseball agents?
Agents are almost cheating, but I hear what you're saying.
Cheating?
Yeah, but we don't have
there
to
are
deal
some
with them
that are
as
just
much.
insufferable.
Yeah, but agents are like meant to be insufferable. It's like
Supposed
that's,
to be? They're doing
But
their job.
if
Yeah.
we wanted to, during college football season, on that guy Thursday, which is today,
Mhm.
it could be a college coach every week.
Yeah, we really could. And you know what? Oh, forget it. We finally have something to do that makes me interested in college football. Next college football season, let's do a yearly rankings because they love rankings in college football. Top 10 D-nozzle coaches, and like they can go up and down in the rankings based on the year.
Well, what are we going to do from 2 to 10? Because Lane Kiffin's number 1.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And you're all chasing Lane Kiffin. We'll get to that later.
You know who's climbing the charts despite his great success?
Who's that?
Kurt Cignetti.
What's he been doing?
It's starting to become a bit much. Like he does have some moments, and I've seen some clips of him, talking about leadership and programs and all that stuff. It's really good. But there are other times, like you saw the thing with McAfee, where McAfee's like standing, and it's amazing that the camera was right behind him. The timing of that.
And what happened? What happened?
And right before Cignetti led Indiana out on the field in the quarterfinal, he gave McAfee a nod. But it was one of those, tough guy nods. And then they ran out. It was like the signal.
Oh, yeah. All right, buddy.
If that wasn't, aren't we let's just focus, could you see Nick Saban doing that?
Yeah, but Saban's still a nozzle, too.
Oh, come on.
No, he is.
No.
No, he's
not like that.
No, he's a different kind of college football
Saban
nozzle.
wasn't ever doing anything to try to impress you. He didn't give a rip about you or anybody else.
That was his version of nozzle. Right. Was holier than thou and better than
that commercial where he pretends to be a bed and breakfast owner, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really him. I just think that's who he is.
Don, I would like you to do a special list sometime soon of the top 5 most nozzle-ish college coaches of all time.
I like that. That's a great list to do.
It'll come with audio. You bring audio with it. You kidding me?
You've given me time, which I'm going to need, because that's expansive.
It's going to take some work.
Because what you're basically saying is that that should be the name of the position, like the head nozzle of a college football team.
Right.
You're not the head coach. You're the head nozzle. Because they're all at some level a nozzle. Because let's face it, they're the stars of the university, right? Because they're the ones that are supposed to stick around, even though they don't.
These days they don't, sure.
But they still stick around longer than the star players.
These
are the guys.
When did it – oh, here's a great question.
Right.
When did the college football coach truly transition into being a nozzle? And is it someone like Jimmy Johnson who, is kind of lovable but still turned it into being the
Yes, I think that's the guy. Because they all
was Bobby Bowden a nozzle?
But they all carried
Bowden
a certain a dignity, a poise to them.
Yeah.
You think of all the old times. Woody Hayes, obviously, when he punched somebody from Clemson, that ended it for him.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they were all almost like U.S. senators, right? They just the way they carried themselves and the suit and the tie and the hats and.
Yeah.
Then Jimmy came, and his hair was a little bit longer, and he's screaming, whoop, whoop, and the whole criminal aspect of it with the criminals versus the Catholics with Notre Dame. And it felt like Jimmy was the first guy to give it a little personality and go there.
That's what I'm trying to think of. I mean, Lou Holtz wasn't a nozzle, was he?
Well, to Jet fans, he was when he resigned with 2 weeks left in the season.
Sure. That's a different kind.
But no, he was definitely different, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was never, stately.
I couldn't imagine him addressing a room and everybody just being fired up to play.
I feel like the nozzle really came into play in college football over the last 20 years.
Yeah, it got greasy.
Is when it got really greasy.
Well, 30 if you want to really get back to the 90s.
Yeah.
I think when it got real greasy, that's when it started happening.
Let's go to David and Elizabeth. What's up, David?
What's up, David?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he at least thought about clock integrity.
Hot dog.
I thought we could get till 44. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony Pusick. All right, let's take a break then, and we'll talk to people on the other side. 1-800-919-3776 is DHR.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Avatar Fire and Ash has arrived.
I am the fire!
Get your 3D tickets now for the greatest chapter of the biggest saga in history.
Whatever happens, protect this family.
Critics rave it's by far the best Avatar movie.
If your father and I do not return, you go as far and as fast as you can.
Movies don't get any bigger than this. Avatar Fire and Ash, rated PG-13, now playing.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Hot dog, right? Or Harbaugh.
Hot dog.
So they have a list of like what the typical set list is for this tour.
Yeah.
Ooh. Openers. Theme from The Greatest American Hero.
Ooh, I'm into it.
That's not bad for an opener, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What a fool believes. That feels very cliche.
Well, hold on.
No.
You're seeing it's cliche,
right,
but you have to do it.
It's wheelhouse, yeah. Somebody's Baby, Jackson Brown. That makes sense, right? Then we go Brandy.
Oh, Looking Glass.
Yeah. Africa, of course. Low Down, Little Boss Skaggs. Ooh. Some Kenny Loggins, Heart to Heart.
Love it.
Well,
that's got Michael McDonald in the background.
Heart to Heart is maybe Kenny Loggins' best.
What's up, Boo?
It was his birthday yesterday.
Kenny?
Yeah.
Was he like 78?
I think he was 82.
Not play any of that.
No. Can't be 82. I refuse.
Double check that, Anthony.
Peg, Steely Dan.
78. I nailed it. Thank you. Click.
Some Hall & Oates. Can't go for that.
I can't go for that.
And then this is the encore, late in the set. You get some Pina Colada song, Escape.
Okay.
Another Boss Skaggs, Lido Shuffle.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind, get the people going.
Hell yeah.
And then we slow it down with Hall & Oates, She's Gone.
Thanks.
Which I think is an underrated song.
Oh, it's classic.
Very soulful. Very soulful.
Love She's Gone.
Hold the Line, Toto.
All right.
I don't remember that.
And then Jerry Rafferty, Little Baker Street.
Oh, I like Baker Street.
Did you ever hear the cover that who did that? There's a great cover of Baker Street.
Yay!
I guess not.
I'm not familiar with it.
I know the original.
I thought Don would know it.
No, I don't.
I don't remember what Baker Street is.
It's Foo Fighters. Yeah. Yeah. That's the original. Foo Fighters did a cover of it, and it's like Grohl is amazing. It's really good.
And the other Rafferty is Ride Down the Line.
Yep. Very good.
Now, the little quick ESPN factoid. Related in some way, Jerry Rafferty, to Gordon Damer. So his whole life, whenever a song of his would come on, it would be like his mom saying, he's your second uncle or cousin or whatever. And that all changed with Reservoir Dogs because he was the lead singer of Steelers Wheel. So whenever that song came on, it was so powerful in the movie that it never reminded him of being related to him. All he ever thinks about now is the ear scene in Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's
what music has an impact in a theater.
It's so funny. I did not, up until doing Whitish Wednesday, you would have had to kill me to know that Steelers Wheel was the artist of Stuck in the Middle with You.
But he says it in the movie.
I mean, I've seen Reservoir Dogs like twice, but I don't remember.
That's the problem.
But that shouldn't be.
Even if you
that's not how a band should be famous because they got mentioned in a cult classic.
No, what I'm saying to you is, unless you said I only see Reservoir Dogs twice a week.
That's the only way.
The fact that you've only seen it twice,
maybe three times,
is an abomination.
Don, not everyone watches movies. I'm not agreeing with Michael K. I'm not going to go Michael K. who thinks you're a freak and only watches a movie once and never wants to think about it again. But I'm also not you who may watch a movie that he loves 12 times a year. There's a middle ground. How many times do you think you've seen Reservoir Dogs?
At least 100. At least 100.
And that's legitimate 100?
Yeah, because anytime it's on, I watch it.
100
if it comes on, I get sucked because it's amazing.
How many? Is it the movie you've seen the most?
No, I would say the movie I probably have seen the most is Goodfellas.
And where do you think we're at with Goodfellas? With a nearly 3-hour film, by the way.
Maybe 120, 125.
That's like you spent like weeks of your life watching Goodfellas.
If you think about it, if you put the hours.
Do the math. Yeah, I'm going to do the math right now. Actually, hold on, Jacob. Tell me how long that movie is on the dot. I need to figure this out.
It's not 3 hours.
It's at least 240.
It's pushing it.
It's not as long as you think it is. Because I used to think of it as like very close to 3. It's not. It's like 235, 240 is my guess. Jacob will tell me. We're going to do the math here and figure this all out.
If you catch it on
runtime 226.
226.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And you think you've watched it 120 times.
Yeah.
And I'm going to divide that by 60 to see how many hours you've watched it. So you spent 452 hours. I'm going to divide that by 24. Don has spent 18 days watching Goodfellas.
Yeah, well, I'm a 57-year-old man, and that came out in 1990. So the movie is 35 years old.
90 or 92? 90?
90.
On the dot?
Yeah, it came on 90.
The guy's seen
September
it a million
19.
times. You're going to question him?
Sorry.
Any
where do you stand on this, Alan?
Where do I stand on what?
Seeing a movie 120
the frequency
times.
of Reservoir Dogs. I will admit that I'm a freak, but I think he's equally a freak on the other side, having only seen it twice.
Well, to each his own. I'm just, for you, Don, I would say that it's comfort food, right? Like something you enjoy. Like I'm the same way. If don't ask me how many times I've seen the different Star Wars movies, all right? That Peter doesn't have a calculator that can handle that.
Oh my God!
So and you can mock it all you want, but it's just since 1977.
How many? You think you're at 100 times with Star Wars?
Jesus, no, way more than that.
Way more than 100.
Way
with all of you're talking about the first 3, right?
No, all of them.
But you're talking about even like Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah,
all right.
That's probably the one I've seen the least, which is the first one.
So even
it was terrible.
So when was the most recent one?
Oh God, like what? What was it? 10 years ago? 15 years?
And so
the last one was.
So how
no,
much?
Less than that. Less than that. It's 5 years. It was an awful ending. That and Stranger Things both have me in a. I'm tight about the ending.
So how much, like the most recent Star Wars or the one before that? How many times do you think you've seen that?
No, I've watched those regularly, man.
Like you just sit and watch all of them all the time?
Not all the time, but something.
You bet your ass.
Killing Tom, throw it on.
Wow.
Because you can it's one of those things you don't have to watch start to finish. You just
right. Yeah. See that's where I would say
catch a scene here and there.
Have I seen Reservoir Dogs opening credits to closing credits 100 times? Probably not.
Right.
Have I watched a portion of it over 100 times? Absolutely. Like if I get to the hotel, like last night I was exhausted and it was late, but if I had gotten in at a normal time, flip on the TV, all of a sudden Reservoir Dogs was on, 15 minutes into the movie, I'm watching the rest of the movie.
That's it. Correct. And you know how many times all the Star Wars movies are on the various channels randomly on a weekend.
Now,
if it makes you feel any better, Don, I'm much closer to relating to you on watching Reservoir Dogs 100 times than the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I don't get the Star Wars either, but I understand that
you're not supposed to get it.
When I was a kid,
you either do or you don't.
When I was a kid, I saw the original Star Wars like 18 times over my childhood, but it was always watching it because my brother was watching it. And I'll be honest, I was bored to tears all 18 times.
I wasn't bored. It's just that I got over it. Like I saw it. It was cool. It was one of the great, because the first three, right? So Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. We went as a family, the LaGreca family, the four of us, all went to see those movies when they came out.
Right.
And I thought it was cool. And then we had HBO. They'd come on, you watch, and then I just kind of outgrew it. It just wasn't my thing.
Right.
But I get it's Alan's thing, so I'm not going to get on him for it. It's just not
great.
It's not my thing. But there's got to be a movie for you, Peter.
Oh, I have a lot.
No matter when it's on, you're going to watch it.
Oh, there are lots. There are a lot of movies that I have. Goodfellas, I basically will watch anytime it's on. I'm still nowhere near 100. I'd say Goodfellas I'm at 20, 25 times. Dumb and Dumber I've probably watched 75 times.
On brand.
Right.
Yeah, for great comedy, exactly right. Old School I've watched 30 times. Stuff like
on the other day.
It's very hard to turn off Old School anytime it comes on, right?
Correct. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Wedding Crashers is one I'll watch.
Yeah, that's a very easy one to watch.
That's one that's just on repeat. Never will.
Crab Cakes and Football. For sure. There's definitely a lot of them. I just don't know any of them go that far.
How about quickly here? What would then be like a guilty pleasure, embarrassing, but I can never say no to it?
Oh.
We all have to have that one where it's like someone catch you watching, you're like, oh, it was just on.
I've said mine many times. If you pay attention, I always use it as my example. It's my go-to, and that's Biodome.
Which, by the way, it's so
an embarrassment.
Sure, but it's still on brand for you. A random '90s crappy Pauly Shore comedy.
And I watch it. I acknowledge the writing, the casting, the plot, everything is awful. But for whatever reason, I get caught up.
What about Airheads, fan?
It's not to the level of Biodome, but it's the same thing.
What's yours, Alan? You clearly have.
Yes.
Of course I do.
What's yours?
And I've mentioned this many times as well.
All
Pretty
right.
Woman.
But Pretty Woman's considered a classic.
Good. It's a good movie.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Like,
what is the Macarena of
oh,
movies?
if Pretty Woman's on, I'm never not going to watch that.
No, but that's
right. Sure. It's guilty
that
because
feels guilty pleasure to me.
No. You're just saying it's not a masculine film to watch over and over again.
No, it certainly isn't.
No, but it's a classic.
We're saying it's a Macarena of a movie.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. When I say guilty pleasure, it's like one of those where you watch it and you're like, I don't really want people to know this is one of my favorite movies.
And you guys are looking at this completely. Don is doing Macarena. It's just garbage. Alan is doing it's a chick flick.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of thing. But the fact of the matter is, the scene with Richard Gere closing the little checkbook on Julia Roberts' fingers is literally, if the world was ending tomorrow and they ran a news special about what is this thing called film that's existed, they would show that in like a 1-minute thing. It's an absolutely iconic film.
And that was all completely like
improvised.
Richard did that improvised, right. She had no idea he was going to do it, and that was her just natural reaction.
I'd have to think about this. I watch a lot of girly movies. Oh, one of my all-time favorite romantic, just cheesy romantic comedies that comes from my Salma Hayek obsession of yesteryear is the movie Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry and Salma Hayek.
Okay.
Love that movie.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to go that route as far as like unmasculine, same time next year. This for me.
No.
What was that again?
Alan Alda. He meets a woman on a business trip, has an affair with her, and they agree to meet the same time every year. And you see as the years go by, as they get older, because the affair goes on for like 30, 40 years.
That's a sad movie.
Wait, that sounds good. Is it good?
I think it's
very
outstanding.
good.
So what's the guilt part that you're saying, Don?
Well, because it's a chick flick.
It's just a chick flick. I want to watch it.
And I met Alan Alda, and I told him it's one of my favorite movies. He's like, really? A chick flick is one of your favorite movies?
How was
Ellen Bernstein?
Yes.
I got to take a break. Oh, you know what? I'm getting yelled at. No, I'm very late. I want to get into the Stephen A. Garrett Wilson and a lot more after 4 o'clock, including chick flick movies and much more. Don Hahn Rosenberg.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every college playoff game day. That means more chances to level up your picks and turn big moments into even bigger wins. Ride with the favorite, take a shot on the underdog, or build a parlay. Then apply your profit boost and go for bigger winnings. FanDuel is the best place to get into the football action all playoff long. And when you win, you'll get paid instantly. So visit FanDuel.com/local to get your college playoff profit boost today. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily, so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
There you go.
Now we're having a conversation, folks.
That's on Broadway, the Bee Gees.
Now we're having a conversation.
There's a certain...
Fear no one.
I think it's kind of criminal, Peter, that the Bee Gees just get
the number
labeled for the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Oh, it's criminal.
There's just so much better stuff before and after.
You know, it's funny, Don. I never really got into the stuff earlier, like, when they went disco and all that, until you brought it up.
I'm gonna have to bring it back.
So I did some searching, and I was like, you know what? You're right, man.
Oh no,
it's a really good sound.
No, this is the part. Hold on, this is the part when it gets really crazy. Here we go. Up. Woo! Talk to him. Did not follow me. Yo, Don. I thought as a kid, they were the definition in my head of like the Macarena. It was the Bee Gees. Like that in my brain, because of poor branding and one really huge hit in particular, Staying Alive, I literally thought they were the definition of crap.
That's why.
And then I got older.
You told yourself not to like it, and then as you got older, you couldn't resist it.
No, well, for the record, I do want to say, it's not like I didn't like Staying Alive. In fact, even when Wyclef redid Staying Alive,
which is so good,
it's like Don, how do I say this without offending our friend? Like, of course Alan would like it. It's right on brand for Alan to like that song. But a lot of people would like completely roll their eyes at it. But Alan's right. It's fun. It's a great, fun record.
Peter, you have to understand, I don't get offended by taste.
Well,
I like what I like. If you don't like Star Wars, I'm not going to be all mad at you.
I appreciate
You don't
that.
have to like it.
Well, a lot of people are very sensitive.
It doesn't bother me at all.
So, but you see what I'm saying? It's a cheesy song, but then Don, you dig in, you get to Love You Inside Out, Nights on Broadway. You're like, this band rocks. They're just awesome.
Or go back to their, the infancy. Like
Which I didn't know that stuff at all until the documentary.
But the documentary really just nails everything. And then disco was the biggest thing until it wasn't. And then the second it wasn't, it was almost like evil. And they got completely torn down by the fact that they were kind of the face of disco.
Yeah.
Because Saturday Night Fever was the biggest movie, the biggest album. Like I think you could check me on that. There must have been, I don't know how many songs were on the soundtrack, but at least 10 of them went top 40. Like it was incredible. And so the blowback when everybody was kind of done with disco, that this great band with tremendous stuff just got labeled as a disco band, and they had to fight back to try to discover themselves again. It was pretty sad how it went down.
Well, it's sad, and also the whole conversation around disco is kind of sad too, because disco as an entire genre was not what it was at the cheesy Staying Alive, David Naughton making it. Like, that is not what it was entirely as a genre. It got really bastardized and super cheap sounding by the end. But anyways, guys, so this is the Stephen A. Garrett Wilson thing.
It's a thing.
It's becoming a bit of a thing.
Is that right?
If you didn't hear yesterday, Stephen A. went on First Take and basically talked about the Jets being an abomination as a franchise. And Garrett Wilson did not like that and went on in the comments on the First Take post and basically was like, damn, ESPN used to be great. I used to want to be on there. Now it sucks. You must have to be a real sellout to be on ESPN. Did I roughly cover it, guys?
Very good. Outstanding, even.
Here's Stephen A. on First Take responding to Garrett Wilson.
Did I stutter? The Jets are horrible. Now, before I get into my take, I wanted to make sure that I clarify certain things because I hear star wide receiver Mr. Garrett Wilson has something to say about it, brother. So rather than me go off, let me first show everybody what he said. Damn, you got to be a real sellout. Interesting choice of words. And above all, a square. To be on ESPN, be on ESPN nowadays, used to love that show. A couple of things, my brother. If you check the news, First Take, record ratings, #1 show. Come April, we'll be #1 for 14 consecutive years. That's #1. Number 2, with all the years of success that we've had, we've never had greater success on this show than in 2025. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and all the contributors out there.
All right.
Well,
now Stephen A. went on to say a little bit more about Garrett Wilson.
You're a good brother, my man. And I don't blame you for feeling salty about what I said. I wasn't talking about you. I was pleading for you to get help. Meaning the kind of help Sauce Gardner got when they sent him to Indy. Meaning the kind of help when the Williams got. And when they sent him to Dallas. I think players should be trying to get the hell up out of MetLife Stadium in a Jets or Giants uniform these days. More so the Jets than the Giants, because the Giants got some talent. Okay, and the Jets have some too. I was talking about the organization. The Jets are horrible. You haven't been in the playoffs since 2010. That's 15 years. Now, I didn't Google Garrett Wilson to find out how old he is. When y'all get an opportunity, producers, please remind me of how young this brother is.
Let's say 25.
Let's say 20. So in other words, they ain't been in the playoffs since you were 10. They ain't been in the playoffs since you were in junior high school. Junior high school.
Well, he's not wrong. It's you got to try to remove how he's saying it,
right,
and look at what he's saying. And I love Stephen A. He's not saying anything that no one else has ever said. He's just saying it in his own unique way that makes it sound louder and angrier and more disrespectful. But everything that he said, we all can acknowledge. When you haven't made the playoffs in 15 years,
right,
you're hot garbage. Like, you're all those things. But what I like, because, you know, for a minute you wonder, like, does Garrett look around thinking, all right, Sauce is gone, Quinnen's gone, like, Brees might be gone. Why do I want to be here? And I was worried that Garrett might get to a place where he's like, get me the hell out of here too. I love that Garrett, for the franchise, since nobody else can do it, decided I'm jumping in this thing and I'm going to say something because I care about my team and I don't want my team being disrespected like that. So that told me a lot about Garrett Wilson and where he is right now when it comes to being a Jet. Because I was a little worried, and he had every right to, that he might be the guy that's thinking, how am I getting out of here? Because this place is a disaster.
Well, it just becomes just a back and forth. Because Garrett could have done that without going after ESPN. And then it just becomes, well, now Steven's defending ESPN, and let's face it, ESPN's resume is a lot better recently than the Jets' resume.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's really a tough argument for Garrett to sell. I think you're right. The story of this is one of the members of the Jets is defending the Jets, not some story about how he liked it or retweeted it or agreed in some way or is asking to get out.
Yeah, if he hit
So just tweeting out saying, I disagree, I think we're headed in the right direction, I love this team, Stephen A's wrong. But then by going after ESPN, now Stephen's got to answer. Now, maybe Stephen would have answered anyway. But if he just kept it to defending the Jets, then Garrett wins in a slam dunk because that's the story to me, is a member of the team is saying, no, we're okay. It's easy to pile on the Jets, and everything Stephen said was right. It just he said it in a way that was going to get a reaction. He was probably a little over the top with it. Then Garrett comes out being a little over the top of the ESPN, and it just becomes, he said, and becomes fodder for us to talk about.
Well, just so you know,
you're right.
Garrett
The story
did
is
respond.
Garrett defended his team.
Garrett had one more thing to say.
Okay.
He said, last thing I'm going to say on it, I listened, and I ain't like it, but that's all okay. I just don't want bad advice going out. That was bad career and financial advice that he himself wouldn't even take. Not to mention, I take some of it personal. All good, go Jets. So, again, I believe it was Stephen A. saying that Dante Moore shouldn't, right, if the Jets were going to take him at 2, should stay in college. And so Garrett is basically saying that's terrible advice, first and foremost. But second of all, I took it personal. But then he's like, I'm going to leave it there. And he's right to leave it there. But it's so, this says a lot about Garrett. I really feel like this says a lot about he is still 10 toes down with this organization. You have every reason to think, like, why would you be? But he is. And that says a lot about him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Steven's responsibility to do right by the Jets.
Oh, no, hell no.
He's given his opinion.
And he's right.
And,
he's not wrong.
And no offense to Steven, anybody taking their advice on where to go play football from Stephen A. Smith, I think they're ill-advised. You can look at it yourself. You can look at the track record. Not making the playoffs 15 straight years. That tells you everything you need to know.
How about
Haven't
young
developed
quarterbacks?
a quarterback in forever.
That's right. Young quarterbacks. Where do they go? Like, where do they end up?
Yeah, and believe me, their agents, their advisors all know that.
Yep.
But the fact is that tells me as a Jet fan, Garrett doesn't plan on going anywhere. And he wants to see this through, and you got to feel good about that.
Yeah, if I'm a Jets fan, I mostly like this from the standpoint of at least how Garrett comes off.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you're the Jets, it's nice that Garrett's doing this. But at what point, and again, I'll go right back to where I always go, the owner's office. At what point does he just finally go, this has got to stop? We are a laughingstock franchise now that it's easy to take shots at us. Like, when does it stop?
Well, it stops when you win.
Of course it stops when you win, but the problem is they never make the right decision.
But that's the mistake I believe that like Aaron Glenn was making early on in his tenure, going after the media, talking tough. That's all performative. That's not going to do it. Talking tough does not make you tough. Talking tough does not mean that it's going to change everything. Going out there and winning games changes it. So go out and do it, and then you could talk after. So no, even the Giants hiring John Harbaugh, if they do get that done, is a step in the right direction. John's got to go out there and win games. Now, the perception's going to help because he comes in with a resume. But until you start either hiring people that have won other places or getting a quarterback that's won other places or going out there and actually winning, nothing's going to change it. No slogan. You could pay $1 million to some ad agency to come up with the slogan of the year. Like the Mets, you got to believe, or something ridiculous, the all gas, no brake that's solid throughout there. It doesn't matter. It actually just becomes a punchline when you go out there and still lose 20-0 every week. So you got to put the horse before the cart and start winning games. And there's no process, there's no shortcut to that.
No easy button.
No
easy
button.
The only easy button is
there's no easy way out.
There's no shortcut home.
No.
I mean, the only way is you get the number one pick and you come away with a franchise-changing quarterback. And even that in Cincinnati, as we've seen, doesn't exactly fix all your problems. You still have to have stable – this is why the Ravens are who they are. The Steelers are who they are. That year after year. You could even argue this is why the Patriots are what they are. Because even though they had a dip – man, they've come right back with a vengeance, haven't they? And why? Steady, stable, strong ownership, correct leadership, and the ability, the stones to make tough decisions when they're necessary. And you don't have that with the Jets.
No.
Everything you have there feels like flailing in the dark, hoping to connect on a punch, but you're not even looking at your target when you throw it.
And don't get mad at the slings and arrows that are thrown at you. Use it as motivation to get better. Because what else do you expect to get? What do you think the fans are going to say? 15 years, man. Only the Buffalo Sabres are equal to you, and the Sabres still have a half a season to end their streak of 14 straight. Otherwise, if the Sabres find a way to get into the playoffs, and they've won 12 of their last 13, so I guess there's a possibility of that.
Right.
They will be the longest, all by themselves, of not making the playoffs in North American sports. What do you think people are going to say about you? You think they're going to say nice things? You think Stephen A. Smith is going to come up with compliments? Or
No, you've earned all of that. What Stephen A. said, you have earned all of that. Again, Garrett defending it, that's a good sign. But for the franchise, you can't be mad. You've earned all of that. And the only person that has been around for all of it is the guy at the top.
Right. They should be mad, just mad at themselves.
Yeah. Don't blame
anybody. They can't
but
figure
you.
it out.
Look in the mirror.
Instead of, because that's the one thing that makes New York unique. Again, not better, just unique, is that I do believe that there's a level of accountability that the fans and the media put on these teams. There's not bringing out the pom-poms, waving them. Let's give them another shot. They'll get it right. They expect it to be better, and they're going to hold you accountable. And now you're the butt of jokes. And it's not like before the 15 straight years your franchise was in any great shakes either, because you haven't won a championship since 1968. But now you've reached a level of embarrassment which is unparalleled.
All right, Peter, I think we heard the horn in the background. That means we should probably just it's time now to go to calls.
What?
The horn is the indicator.
The horn read my mind. Let's go to the Grifster in Connecticut. What's up, Griff?
Hey guys, I want to talk about this weekend, these football games. I think they're all very interesting. One of the games I just don't understand is why Buffalo is favored against Jacksonville. I think maybe they're looking at the name Buffalo, and it's Josh Allen, it's the Bills, because I think Jacksonville is playing red-hot football right now, and I know it's crazy to think, but I think they can go on a run because Trevor Lawrence is playing the best football he has in his career. And the one thing they have been good at is they can really stop the run. They've been able to stop the run. Their defense has been very good. So I think this is a bad matchup for the Bills, who, by the way, can't stop the run. So how are you going to stop a Jacksonville offense that loves to run the football and can run it pretty well if you can't stop the run? So I think
you answered your own question. You answered your own question, though, Griffin. That number one, part of it is the fact that it's the Buffalo Bills.
That's it.
You have to remember also, Griff, the public factors in on these lines. And Alan, the public loves Buffalo. They're a very popular team.
Here's the question: who's the best player on the field?
Josh Allen.
Okay, so they have the best player on the field. In a playoff game, the best player on the field is usually the way you lean, especially when the best player on the field is in a very important position. So you're leaning that way. But you have every right to say Jacksonville at home, red hot down the stretch, ability to stop the run. So that then tries to force the money towards Jacksonville, right?
Well, that's who. If I had to bet the game, I'm going to bet on Buffalo. More experience. What does Trevor Lawrence have? One playoff win in his career. Josh Allen hasn't been able to the hump, but he's won quite a bit in the postseason.
First of all, it's also 1.5, so we're not talking.
It's not a huge line, right?
But a road favorite is great.
No.
And there's no respect for the South.
That too.
And their schedule. But we'll see. That's why you play it.
It's a spicy game, though, boys. Right?
Oh, I agree.
That's got a little spice to it, even though it's Jacksonville, and you feel like that's one of those.
No, Buffalo knocks it off a Thursday.
It does knock it off a Thursday, but it makes it a Saturday at noon.
There you go.
The only dog. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
All I'm going to say is, but if Jacksonville pulls off a win there, I mean, you're talking about just flipping the table in the AFC now. Just flip the table.
Well, then it's anybody's game.
Anybody.
But I think the only dog this weekend is Panthers Rams.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers. I think the Chargers are a real dog too. Me personally.
Well,
I've watched a lot of Chargers football. I think they're a real dog against the Patriots.
Really?
I do.
I think that's first of all, the coaching matchup alone to me makes that one
dead sexy. Now listen, they're not a big dog, right? But I think they're.
What is this?
Well, I don't give them a chance to go to New England and win the game. That's not what I'm saying. It's not a very sexy game. It's not.
I think you were saying the only true. Oh no, Alan, was it you just said only true underdog?
No.
I think you said
that.
I said the one. I forget the word I used. It was like.
Oh, you meant a dog of a game.
It's a dog of. It's a repug. It's a repug game.
Okay.
You're using dog in the Donald Trump sense. A dirty dog. You didn't mean an
It's
underdog.
a homely game.
It's a Sunday night.
Got it.
That's a Sunday. NBC's not taking a dog. That's a good one.
No, for the Chargers Pats.
Right.
Don was talking about. You thought the only dirty dog of a game was the Rams-Panthers.
I think Rams-Panthers is just homely, hairy mole game.
Yeah, it's one of those dogs. They have the overbite, underbite, very strange looking.
It's a moly game.
Right.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying. But yeah, and can they just do a thing on the bracket? This really bothers me, guys. The playoff bracket. When you just look at the bracket and not scores, my brain when I look at the list, like a listing of a game. When you guys see a top team and a bottom team listed, what does your brain automatically tell you? Like the bottom team, that the bottom team's home, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So on the bracket, it annoys me because in the NFL bracket on ESPN, Chargers are the bottom team, but they're the 7 seed. It's just like the way they list it is the seed being higher. So it keeps messing with my brain when I look at the bracket.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
But that's the Chargers going to New England. Yeah, they're a real, even though I misunderstood Don, I do think the Chargers are a real underdog in New England. And I really think New England is the outright favorite in the conference right now. No disrespect to the Broncos. I got my share of watching the Broncos this year, guys. They have a superb defense, as we know. I'm believing in Vrabel and them boys. I really am.
Well, because then it comes to quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
So that's why
you're taking
Josh
Drake May
Allen
over
gets
Bo
the
Nix.
nod.
Yeah, you got two very inexperienced ones. So who do you trust in a big spot? And May has given you some big spot moments this year. How about Dennis and Center each there, Pete?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And Anthony just told me in my ear if you're wondering. Broncos plus 230 to win the conference. Patriots plus 390. So Vegas does not agree with me at all. Let's go to Dennis. What's up, Dennis?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Listen, I want to give a take on those Garrett Wilson comments because I kind of disagree with you guys. I don't see him sticking up for the Jets. I think he's sticking up for himself. Like, yo, I need a quarterback on this team. Don't be scaring away these guys. And,
I'm sure
right?
that
That's
has to
what
do
I'm
with it
thinking.
too. I think there's something to that as well. Like, don't tell people they shouldn't come here. We need somebody.
But in a world
where
guys are planning their exit strategy, he's doing it from a place of I want a quarterback because I plan on staying here, not get me the hell out of here.
This is my issue with Garrett Wilson too, guys. He's not the reason, but Alan, you reported this or you brought this up last year. He didn't get along with Aaron Rodgers. He didn't get along with Davante Adams. He wanted Justin Fields. They played together in college. Aaron Rodgers is throwing game-winning touchdowns to go to the playoffs to Calvin Austin, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Davante Adams led the league in touchdowns and is going to be on a really good playoff team. So, Garrett Wilson, you got what you asked for. So, if he asked out, I thought that would be kind of like hypocritical.
I get it. I get what you're saying, Dennis. I completely understand.
It's an interesting point. Garrett was clearly unhappy with the Rodgers situation.
Yeah, well, you could see it because
demonstratively.
The minute that Davante got there, it was almost like you became, persona non grata.
Little did he know that they would manage to both have a pretty bad season.
Yeah, and by the way, a missed field goal away from Rodgers not having a playoff game. So
we take a break, and then on the other side, guys, it's a little thing we like to call That Guy Thursday. Buckle up. We got a couple of doozies. 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino, and let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Murray to the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Rough ride on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound over by Woolley Avenue. Crash involving a couple of cars. Police on the scene. Left and HOV lanes are out. You're jammed there from the West Shore. Not moving much on the Southern State eastbound. Right after Franklin Avenue and Valley Stream. Accident in the right lane. Delays there starting to back up onto the eastbound belt in Queens. Still want to avoid the Queensbound Throgs Neck Bridge if you can. We've got some police department activity on the Bronx side. Not moving much there from the Bruckner. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound. Some pockets of slowdowns from the 70s. Inbound George doing fine for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15. Outbound Helen 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
We all have that one friend.
I'm talking about the yo-yos who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans.
Or know that one person.
I'm here with my family.
Who can't help but be.
He's not cool. His voice is weird. He's kind of a dork. His brother's a tool. His girlfriend's annoying.
That guy.
I didn't know it was banner night. We won't be out for that.
It's time for That Guy Thursday.
Hey guys, anyone want to play some ball?
With Don, Hahn Rosenberg.
He's just being that guy.
Folks, welcome to That Guy Thursday, which I've decided at this moment is presented by FanDuel, who's giving all customers a profit boost every college playoff game day. Now, that includes today, folks. That means more chances to level up your picks and turn big moments into even bigger wins. You can ride with the favorite, you can take a shot at the underdog, or build a parlay. Then apply your profit boost and go for bigger winnings. FanDuel, the best place to get into the football action all playoff long. And when you win, you get paid instantly. So visit FanDuel.com/local to get your college football playoff profit boost today. 21 and over, physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Now, speaking of which, we have game one of the aforementioned college foosball playoffs happening tonight, folks, on ESPN, 7:30, Miami at Ole Miss. And the story that I have, at least for That Guy Thursday, comes from Ole Miss, where Lane Kiffin departed to head off into the bright future at LSU, and initially seemed to say that he would leave his former assistants to do whatever they do at Ole Miss. Now, of course, guys, he also assumed, because Lane Kiffin is God, that everything would fall apart. The wheels were coming off the second he walked out the door. He didn't think we'd be talking about Ole Miss on January 8th, 2026.
Nope. They weren't supposed to win.
They're not supposed to be here competing for a national championship. And so now, here comes Lane Kiffin trying to get his assistants to come with him as they're preparing for a college football semifinal. Here's Jimbo Fisher on the ACC Network with some thoughts on Lane Kiffin.
No, it's selfish. That's what it is. It's stupid. He wanted to coach and thought he didn't get his way. So everybody get on the plane with me, you don't have a job. And he makes them all go. Then he gets down there and takes a PR hit because it looks bad that you really don't care about the kids. Then he says, okay, you can go back. But here's where he screwed up. He thought they're going to lose to Georgia,
Exactly.
and then the portal thing was all over with, and it was going to be all over with. And he said, okay, I'll look like a hero. Yeah. Now he's got egg on his face because the real lane came back out. And if those guys were allowed to coach the first game, they should be allowed to coach the fourth. Because those kids are doing something that you get one time in your life to ever do.
Literally.
That team and those guys one time. And as a coach, listen, I know I've left a job. I get that. But if you took them on and said they're never coming back, that's fine. You set the rules of the game. You don't change the rules in the middle of the game. And as a coach, it's hurting the kids and it pisses me off.
I love when he says hero.
Hero. I'll tell you who.
Anything else he said after that, I didn't really hear it.
I'll tell you who it reminds me of.
Oh no. Oh boy. It's a matter of time. First time in 2026, right?
Yep.
Back.
Just, it really gets my goose gossage. When I hear people besmirching the game of college football. And the thing that bothers me the most about Lane Kiffin, because I used to know Lane. We spent summers together. His dad, Papa Joe Kiffin, knew my dad, Papa Joe Keehan. Kiffin and Keehan, as you can imagine, they were like two hogs in mud. Got along real good. And so I used to know Lane Kiffin. And what bothers me is not so much the way that he purports himself to be as a foosball coach. It's the fact that he was given this opportunity at LSU when I happen to think there's some very, very talented college football minds who deserve that opportunity.
Such as?
Well, I'm going to start off with one because I'm not biased. I'm going to start off with one.
Okay.
His name's Freddie Key.
Right.
What about me, Coach? Do you understand what my job entailed down there in North Kakalaki this year? I had to go grocery shopping with old Billy Boy's little girlfriend. Do you know how embarrassing that is? To walk around with a hot little number like that and you just push the grocery cart while she go, oh, should I get this mango or that mango? I don't care what mango you get. But that's what he had me doing. You know what it's like when someone goes, hey, Key, are you tapping that? And you go, no. I'm just pushing her damn grocery cart. It's embarrassing. Key. Here's Pete Golden, the new coach at Ole Miss, former DC under Lane Kiffin, with a message to Lane Kiffin. Turn me up louder. Sorry. Oh, I got to turn off Keishan. I got it. Here we go.
There we go.
A message for anybody else. Right? Our team had a message. They had a message about how they prepared and how they play, and that they weren't tired of playing. And I do think the message is, I'm replaceable, you're replaceable, our players are replaceable. Right? I think you want to build a program to where it's heading in the right direction, and one person, one player, or anything like that's not going to derail that. There's been too much invested in that, and it's been aligned correctly that one person is not going to impact something so drastically. If it is, it's probably not built right.
I don't really understand what he said there.
Everybody's replaceable.
Right.
Lane Kiffin didn't make a difference.
It wasn't Lane Keehan, is what he's saying.
Right.
It wasn't your team. We got a lot more ball to play. It's 7:30 tonight. Either of you guys checking in? Don will not be able to. Alan, are you dialing in to one of the ESPN broadcasts for the college football playoff?
On my phone, because I'll be in the middle of glorious Yacht Rock tonight in Huntington.
Oh, that's right. Well, that might be on the T-Wees, though.
Could be on the T-Wees.
I could see that being on the T-Wee over there.
Room, hoping so, because, I will be checking in. It'll be tough tomorrow for me because, the Knicks play later, and I got to keep one eye on the quarterback challenge because you're going to get the number 1 and number 2 picks just playing against each other. So that's going to be fun to watch tomorrow. But I'll have it again. If it's not on a TV near me, I definitely will have it on the phone. Just keep an eye on it, of course.
This doesn't feel like college football to me anymore.
Why?
It's because there's nothing about it that has anything to do with college.
Well, no, it's just
players are getting paid. They're all looking to go into the portal to get more money to go someplace else. Now it's small market, big market. Who's got the biggest boosters? Who's got the richest boosters?
Yep.
Coaches' contracts aren't worth the paper that they're printed on.
Yep.
Guys leaving school early. I don't know. Listen, it was hokey to begin with because we all knew these players were being taken advantage of, and now I think they went too far the other way. And it's minor league football, but it's still immensely popular because so much is invested. These people that graduated from there still love college football, but it's not what college football is supposed to be. And you still air it, when you show the student section and the cheerleaders and this idea that it's still coming from a place of amateur football, and it's not. It's laughable. So enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy it at times because it's football. I love football.
Mm-hmm.
But don't try to tell me that there's some kind of purity to it. Don't try to tell me that this has anything to do with what we grew up
the student
watching.
athlete thing, which we kind of scoffed at in the
right,
last
of
20
course.
years, 30 years. We scoffed at student athlete. Like my son, we always joke. My son always jokes. I didn't come here to play school, which was, of course, the famous line from the Ohio State quarterback. What was his name? It was a hilarious line. But that's kind of the mentality, right? I didn't come here to play school.
Right.
So that's what it's about now. We just have to accept it. Like it's reality. That's Cardell Jones, right? That's just kind of what has happened. And at least now, what we used to wonder about or joke about or wink about, now it's just out in the open, right?
Right.
Because that's all it is. I mean, remember in the one and done era, guys would be on campus for a semester.
Oh, that's a joke too.
You were a memory. You were barely casting a shadow on some of these campuses before you were out after one semester. It didn't matter if you failed out in semester 2 because the season was already over, and you were spending most of your time working out, getting ready for the NBA draft. So it's the same thing in football now. So it is what it is. It's a big business. It does very well, and it's a feeder system to the NFL. That's really all it's about now.
I since we're already here, guys.
Let's do it.
I have another piece of audio that's for ENN, but anytime I see this guy's name, I know he's perfect for that guy Thursday. Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, boy.
What's your favorite pregame hype song, bud?
Oh, no.
Pre-game, I honestly don't listen to hype songs because I got to stay calm, cool, and collected. I actually meditate before the game. I meditate, I pray, and I think praying is, in a way, meditation to help myself be in my thoughts and being able to execute the plan as quarterback's such a cerebral position.
It was worse than that. I don't know if you guys saw the whole clip.
I'm good.
It was worse, though. He talked about how he loves listening to pop on his way to class because he likes to get focused so he can learn. Don, he is going to be like, if you think Russell Wilson is kind of weird, and this is messed up, but we've seen it time and time again, guys. I don't know if you can be this much of a, and this is the only word I can think of that's appropriate here, Dorcas Malorcas, dare I say. And be a leader of grown men in a football team. I don't know if you can.
He's straight out of central casting for a 1950s college football movie. That's what it is. It is. Look, it's going to be interesting to see him in the NFL, man.
I just don't know if it can work, man.
Well, it works if he wins, if he's slinging it, if he's on target, if he's got the whole offense, memorized. Then everybody's like, yeah, I love him.
Hey, you can be as corny as you want to be if you're throwing 50 touchdowns a year.
That is true. It works if you're perfect. But if you're good and then you have some cracks, you don't get the benefit of the doubt from the locker room that you do when they think you're cool. It's messed up, but it's true.
Listen, Russell Wilson early in his career, no one really everybody overlooked all that stuff. It wasn't until it started to fall apart in Seattle that the whispers came out about how much the other guys didn't really.
That is a good point.
Him.
Marshawn was forced to deal with it.
Yeah.
He might have not liked him. It might have not been Marshawn's cup of tea, but at the end of the day, when you're winning 13 games, it really doesn't matter.
Protect your chicken. Can I get a that guy in? Or is
please
it too late?
do. No, go ahead.
So that guy for me is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh boy,
he's being that guy. So did you see what he said to The Athletic? This is a quote. We don't have audio because it was an interview with The Athletic. It was a written interview. So there will never be a chance and there will never be a moment that I will come out and say I want to trade. That's not in my nature. And then he says this part. My plan is to be here for the rest of my career. If they don't want me, I'm not the one in charge. I am an employee. End quote. Now, guys, we all know what is going on here and what happened here. It has been made clear a million times. He's playing the semantical game of, I never asked to be traded. What my agent does, that's up to him.
Oh, that's always a classic.
Right? And
Even though
then
he works for you.
Here's the thing. So the Knicks could have traded for him in August. They couldn't come to a deal. Didn't happen. The first chance he got to play against the Knicks, he was possessed in that game. Yelling stuff, screaming things because he took that personal. Oh, you don't want me? Right? The next time the Knicks played him, nothing. Quiet. Then James Dolan says, we're not really looking to break this team up. We're not looking to make some mega trade right now. We kind of like this team. We don't want to do anything. So now Giannis knows I'm stuck here. Because do you remember a couple of weeks ago when the story came out that his agent was working with the Bucks on deciding what to do going forward, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we all know the dirty little secret is Giannis wants out of there. He thinks he's done enough in Milwaukee. But now that he knows the one place he wants to go is not available to him, rather than him saying, well, I'll go to some other place because I just want to get out of here, instead, he knows I got to sit tight and I got to wait. He's never going to ask for a trade. I have said that a million times because he doesn't want to be the guy that said, I want out. What he wants the Bucks to do is to realize Giannis is not going to sign an extension. We can't let him walk. We have to trade him. That's this summer. Why you just say nothing, Giannis? Just don't say anything here.
He doesn't want to own it.
But don't say anything.
He wants to be
You're
a bad
being that guy.
not
We
be labeled
all
as the bad
know.
guy.
We all know, Giannis, and it's okay for you to feel this way. So he's being that guy. Agree or disagree?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Whoa!
absolutely.
I also say 100%, Don.
Exactly.
He really is, and like he's too good to get to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm all set because he's that good. But if he wasn't that good, Alan, I'd be saying I'm all set. All right, that'll do it for That Guy Thursday. We get back to you and much more next. 1-800-919-3776 DHR on ESPN.
Challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Listen up, football fans. At Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Oh, yeah. Gets no better than this one.
It's really good.
Certified bop. just a certified bop. There's no question.
Certified bop. It's a great way to put it.
I mean, let's listen when he comes in for a second. I mean, I ain't gonna lie anymore.
He still has this voice, right? Like, even though he's older, doesn't he still hit this?
Well, when I saw him, it was now, I guess we're going on 2 years that I saw his last show, what he said was his last show at the Beacon in New York. He sounded damn good. I mean, like, yeah, pretty close.
Right?
Pretty close.
Because that's a very unique voice.
I mean, certainly more so than, God bless him, my all-time GOAT. Certainly more so than Paul Simon, who's like lost. The voice, it's just a lot of it's not there. Yeah. He had some things happen, and he can't hit it. Kenny's pretty close. And Paul Simon never had that sort of range that Kenny Loggins has.
No.
But, can I tell you, though, I do think, Don, that Paul Simon, and in his prime, I do think his voice gets a little underrated.
Well,
like people act like he practically doesn't have a voice at all, and I don't think that's true.
The problem is he's, for a good portion of his career, he's teamed with an absolute angel of a voice in Art Garfunkel. So when Simon and Garfunkel came out, it was like, well, Art's the voice, and Simon's the poet and the musician of the band. And you see that because I saw Paul solo, and he'll perform Bridge Over Troubled Water, and he can't do that.
Well, but that's
not his range.
But that's of all the songs where you go, oh my God, Art Garfunkel has the voice of an angel. That's the number one you're pointing to. When it came to them together on things like Mrs. Robinson, Paul absolutely held his own, and there.
No, absolutely.
But he wrote that. I mean, that was supposed to be for Art. That was what the song was intended to be.
That's what made them great, is that he knew what he was working with, and he was able to write that because he knew that Art could go there.
I want to say something else about this, but before I do that, I want to hit you with the game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
I need it.
Because when it's game time, it's Tully time.
It's Tully time.
Rangers and the Sabres with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. Then the Devils are in Pittsburgh against my Gwins. Sid the Kid. And the Pens hosting the Devils coming off that big -9 victory from the other night.
Yeah, bounce back for the Devils, huh? Right. Diablos tonight. I mean, if you don't do it
Pittsburgh's been
tonight.
hot. They've won 5 in a row.
Ooh.
Sydney's found the fountain of youth. He's got points in 7 straight.
No, he's rolling.
Yep. He's amazing, man.
The Islanders visit the Preds at 8 o'clock, and coverage of the Fiesta Bowl begins on 10:50 at 7:30. We'll join the game in progress on 8:80 after the Rangers. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
You're the perfect person to ask this.
I'll answer it.
Is that we give LeBron the love because at 41 he's still playing amazing.
Sure,
it's ridiculous.
But Crosby at 39, I think, has surpassed that. Like he's got 20 goals.
That's a great question.
He's just not. He's not a passenger. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
But neither's LeBron.
But he's not LeBron. And look, and Sid's not Sid, but he's going to have 80 plus points. I mean, he's a 39-year-old. He's incredible.
No, it's. I'm trying to decide who I think it's more psychotic. I guess I'll say this though, Don. We've seen more hockey players do crazy things deep in their career than we have basketball. So like the LeBron thing's so unfamiliar. I mean, the other day, I'm sure Alan saw it. Maybe you did too, Don. There was him catching an alley-oop where his head is a foot above the rim still.
No, he's amazing.
It's just LeBron's a complete freakazoid. You never seen anything like this. But I was going to say the one thing about Paul Simon here is we close out the big 4 o'clock hour, and then every single phone line jammed. So we're going to go all calls starting at 5 o'clock.
Love it.
A lot of Harbaugh to talk about, and a Devil's call we'll get to as well. So a lot of people to get to coming up in just a couple minutes. But since we're closing out the hour, Don, I finally listened to Paul Simon on Howard Stern. Have you ever listened to the full 2-hour interview?
I have not, no.
So I listened to it, and I'm a huge Paul Simon fan, and yet I found myself annoyed with how sycophantic it was from Howard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just he was doing a thing. I think Howard likes to do a thing where in order to get an interviewee comfortable, he makes it sound like he's just on their side on everything, you know? And he was kind of joking, what's wrong with Garfunkel? Why did he care more about his movie career? You know, blah blah blah. And as a result, he never sort of pushed Paul Simon on this is what I wanted to hear. You guys are 80 years old. How is it right now? Wouldn't you like your relationship to be good when it's all said and done? Because everybody knows that Paul was kind of a jerk at times to Garfunkel. And I just feel like even big fans of Paul Simon know that, and he didn't push him on it at all. I thought it was a huge disappointment.
That's what I would want to hear out of a 2-hour interview, to be honest with you.
And by the way, Paul, when he was talking about Art Garfunkel, he's calling him Artie still. He still talked about him only nicely. He didn't say anything nasty, but I thought there was such an opportunity to just be do you have any regret that you were kind of so sensitive and you clearly kind of came off as jealous at times? And he just didn't push. Instead, he was well, if I was Art Garfunkel, I would have cut that movie off in 2 seconds and run back to be with Paul Simon. And I was like, well,
carnal knowledge.
That's exactly. You bet your ace. How was that film done?
Jack Nicholson, and it wasn't bad.
But you didn't watch it 120 times.
No.
All right, we take a break, come back. We got Moose, David, Jay, LQ, Richard, a lot of people on the lines. We'll talk to you next right here on DHR.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Just a bad ride out there on the roads, no matter where you're headed. Jackie Robinson eastbound, not moving much at all. Right before Metropolitan Avenue, a crash in Queens. Stop there from Jamaica Avenue. Rough ride on the BQE westbound in Brooklyn, over by Cadman Plaza and the Brooklyn Bridge. Accident in the right lane involving a tractor trailer. You're solid there from the LIE. Deegan northbound, not so great. Heading over to the outbound, George. Crash in the left lane by the Madison Avenue Bridge. You're starting to back up onto the Triborough and the Bruckner. Then it's a bumper-to-bumper ride heading over to the Cross Bronx from Yankee Stadium. Inbound, George, looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Hahn, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Lincoln Orny at 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Avatar Fire and Ash has arrived.
I am the fire!
Get your 3D tickets now for the greatest chapter of the biggest saga in history.
Whatever happens, protect this family.
Critics rave it's by far the best Avatar movie.
If your father and I do not return, you go as far and as fast as you can.
Movies don't get any bigger than this. Avatar Fire and Ash, rated PG-13, now playing.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A good karma brands radio station.
Oh, yeah.
Total cheese ball, but loved it.
I was hoping to hear this earlier when he played. He played the Christopher Cross earlier, and the notes sounded like this.
Very similar intro, right?
And I was hoping it was going to be this. But the problem is, we have to get to this part. So, I'll risk everything. Turn it up!
Believe it or not, I'm walking on.
Where could
Got a new life on Seinfeld.
Yeah,
this was
big time.
Was right. This was the answering machine, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm not home.
I'm not home.
It was George, and it reinvigorated that song completely.
Now, Peter, you might be too young to remember this, but
You don't
Don, you might remember this. They used to sell. There was a commercial where they sold a cassette tape that you would put in your answering machine. It had all different song parodies on answering. It had it had country, it had rap, it had all these things. And the famous one at the end of the commercial was when they all said, "Wait for the beep," and it was like $19.99 for this cassette. It was unreal.
I do remember that.
Do you remember the guy who called us yesterday, who apparently was the voice of phone lines on television?
Well, that's different. That's a whole other situation.
All right, so we promised it. It's 5 o'clock now. The big story of the day is probably the fact that the quest for John Harbaugh, or if you're Richard, you have a special pronunciation for the man's name.
Sure.
It's incorrect, and I can't find it right now, but
that's
it's
all right.
Harbaugh. It has gotten more difficult. Has gotten more difficult.
And why is it more difficult?
Because the Miami Dolphins job is now available, and the Harbaugh family have connections to this organization. It seems like a very sexy destination where he can move down to South Beach, bring in the GM that he wants, and be nice and cozy.
Now, Gary Myers had an interesting tweet that we can kick around for a minute before we get to calls.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Sure.
Yes.
It is sort of the Giants versus Dolphins. This is the grudge match. The winner gets Harbaugh. He has Giants, tradition, excellent young quarterback in Jackson Dart. It's New York. Core group of young talent, respected ownership, passionate and hungry fan base.
There you go.
GM, fans not happy about. 7 victories last 2 years, 6 miles from Broadway. Only Patriots have won more than Giants' 4 Super Bowls since 1986. Dolphins, owner likely willing to write a blank check. Can probably pick his GM, former Ravens executive Chad Alexander, for instance. No quarterback, great weather, great beaches, Joe Stone Crab. No titles since 1973. No playoff victories since 2000. Don Shula couldn't win a Super Bowl in 13 seasons with Dan Marino, and Tyreek Hill is a headache. Those are the cases he makes for both franchises. Which one sounds more appealing?
Now, we're all biased in some way, shape, or form. At least I am, because I'm a Giants fan. But the first question I had asked to you guys, does history matter? Like, all right, the Giants are a legacy franchise, more so than the Dolphins. Does that matter to John Harbaugh? Does it matter they haven't won in a long time? Because he's going to come here thinking, we're going to start winning. So what does it matter? What happened before I got there? Handling the media? Listen, Baltimore's not exactly New York, but it's not like people aren't paying attention. You're an NFL head coach. Your press conferences are on ESPN and NFL Network every single day. I mean, you've coached in a Super Bowl. You've coached in playoffs pretty much every year. So you've dealt with the media. You just can't line up the pros and cons and think they're all equal. Like, to me, the biggest thing is quarterback. You don't have a quarterback in Miami. And the quarterback you do have has got concussion history. There's a lot of issues there. He was benched. So the Giants' quarterback situation is better.
Well, and we're just to include the nuance in that. The Giants we're not sure they have an absolute franchise quarterback, but what we know they have in Miami is a very sketchy, injury-prone, definitely doesn't look like the guy, and you on the hook for a lot of money.
Well, let me rephrase it. If I go to Miami, I'm probably looking for the next quarterback. With the Giants, I at least have a quarterback. We'll see how far I can go with him.
Correct.
All right, so that's a box that's checked. The first thing he's going to do if he sits down at the desk in Miami is, all right, who's my quarterback in 2026? He knows the answer to that question with the Giants. So that favors the Giants. The other thing that favors Miami is the control, or the perceived control that the Giants would not give him. All the other things, to me, that's just fodder. Like, honestly, if I'm making a life-changing decision, Don Shula didn't win there for 13 straight years. You think that's entering my thought process at all?
No.
Dan Marino couldn't win a Super Bowl there. They haven't won a Super Bowl, and God knows, I don't think he thinks that. It's a franchise, a popular franchise. The fact that they haven't won sometimes can make it more attractive. Like, if I have success there, man, I'll be the guy that turned it around. I'll be able to do what hasn't been done since Don Shula.
But the beauty is that we are actually less biased than he is, because these football guys are insane, and they all think they can win a championship. See, but the beauty is, everyone here, we've been watching football for more than 40 years. 40. And we know the history does matter. And the likelihood of it getting turned around in Miami, in my opinion, is very low.
But
it's been a long. They are Jets adjacent, dude.
But here's the difference. The Jets haven't won, at least in recent vintage, is because of their owner. Not because of a lack of money, just he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
So if I go to the Jets, I'm going to have to overcome that obstacle that my boss doesn't know anything about football. He's going to go to Miami. That's not an issue. Like, he's going to spend money there. I don't think that's an obstacle that the Jets are. I think the history of losing is only based on why have you lost. The reason the Dolphins have lost is because there's been a lot of bad decisions. Well, if I bring in my own general manager and I've got an owner that's going to lay out and write checks when he needs to write them, then I don't have to worry about the history. I'm going to change the history because I'm going to have a GM and I'm going to have my own mind to fix all that. So even the history, Peter, I think is kind of bogus if you know why the history exists.
But, Alan, do you know what I'm saying? That even if you can point out why specifically it's ownership versus something else, there are just certain teams where if you watch a lot of football, as we all do, you're just like, it's not going to happen. I just don't see it happening for Harbaugh in Miami. Not nearly as likely as I do here. And I hate that. I mean, the Giants are my opposition in the NFC East.
I've talked to many coaches in various professional leagues, and they'll always tell you that previous, but
that's what I'm telling you.
Failure or success does not. It doesn't even come into the conversation because
but that's why
you walk in saying, "But I didn't coach there."
Correct, but that's why our opinion is more valuable than theirs.
Well, I understand
because they're crazy. They go, "Oh, I'll just go work hard and we'll win." But I'm going, "No, you won't."
But that's your mentality, so you can't. But you understand, you're saying that, and I'm not saying you're wrong to believe that. But what I'm telling you is that when it comes to the decision of what is the best place or where do I want to go, they're not wondering, well, this guy didn't win there, so how am I going to win there? You never think like that. Your ego is too big to believe that someone else's failure is going to equate to yours too. So instead, you're looking at what's the best situation for me. And having a guy with Ravens blood like you do, who knows what you want, that you trust him, yeah, that might be the easier route than going to New York where they already have a GM, and I don't know this kid.
Because if you
and they haven't been very good.
Well, take a look at some of the coaches that bucked that trend and said, I'll turn it around. When Parcells went to New England, what history did New England have of winning when Parcells went there?
Very little.
And then really since he got there and then handed it over to Bill Belichick, all they've done is win. Mm-hmm. What kind of history did New Orleans have when Sean Payton got there?
None.
And they turn around and win a Super Bowl. All right, so if you believe in yourself, you call it crazy, and in a lot of situations, Peter, you're right. It is crazy. It's self-bravado. It's ego. But it's also, I know I'm not going to make the same mistakes the previous regimes made. And if they give me the chance, if that owner gives me the money and stays out of it, and which we don't know Woody would, so there's a problem. I wouldn't want to go to the Jets. Woody Johnson's a problem.
Agree.
Miami won't be a problem. I got a relationship with the owner. I bring in my own general manager. So those are the things that matter to me most, not legacy, not anything else. Quarterback and how much will I be able to buy the groceries. And that's where the Giants have to really focus on how strong they want to stick to their history of owner hires the GM, the GM hires the coach, and that's the chain of command. Are they willing to part ways with Joe Schoen if John Harbaugh comes in here and says, I want to bring in my own general manager? Do they want him bad enough to do that?
That's, to me, I think that's the biggest question out of all of
That's
this.
it. And that's what it comes down to. And I really do believe, Peter, that if the Giants tell John, listen, we'll hire whoever you want to be the general manager, he will choose the Giants.
So let me just push back on one thing that you just said, because you made a lot of compelling points, and you affected me. I've been impacted by those points.
Movement.
That's what we tried to do.
There's some movement. But I will say that, not that this makes a difference, but New Orleans and New England as the two best examples of organizations you thought of as garbage.
Right.
First of all, New England had some remotely recent success before Belichick got there, right?
Right.
They had a Super Bowl appearance, 2 Super Bowl appearances, right? In the last 15 years before it happened.
They had. Well, I was talking about when Parcells got there, and that led to Belichick.
That led to Belichick.
So,
okay, got it.
So when Parcells got there, they had the one mauling by the Bears as their Super Bowl appearance.
Okay, you know what? That changes it a bit because Parcells is the good example. I was going to say Belichick and Peyton aren't the examples because they weren't the sort of veteran retread at the time that John Harbaugh is. But Parcells is that. Parcells in New England was the veteran retread. And it was effective. And at least then led to the next thing.
I don't know. Is Holmgren to Seattle? Seattle had never gone to a Super Bowl, and he took them there. Didn't win.
Holmgren took them to the Steelers Super Bowl?
Yes.
It's a good one.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
So that would be an established coach that went somewhere they hadn't won. But I don't know if Seattle was a dumpster fire, but they had never had that kind of success. Listen.
It's a good take.
I just think that it's the same thing. Michael used to always joke about this, about Peyton Manning's going to sign with the Dolphins when he's a free agent because he's got a house down in Miami. I feel like sometimes we're trying to connect dots that really don't matter. I think the only two things that matter are control and quarterback.
Yep.
The Giants have the quarterback over to the Dolphins, but right now the perception is the Dolphins have the control over the Giants. But the Giants can control that, for lack of a better word. They could change it and say, all right, well, Joe, you're out. Or, Joe, you could stay, but John's got the final say.
But
you could do your scouting. You can continue to do all the things you're doing, but John's going to have the final say on personnel.
And, Don, that's the uncomfortable situation that's going to be whenever they do meet, is that because Joe's going to be sitting there at the table. Is John really going to say, well, we'd really rather not have you? Like, what's this guy doing here? Keep him busy. You know that it's just that's the awkward conversation that someone else has to have with the agent, right? Like that's what has to happen. Is right. Harlan's got to be the one that decides whether or not that Joe can. I mean, he's going to want this job or not, John. Like that's what's going to matter, not when they sit down. By then it'll be too late.
Well, no, you're right, because I think time is going to be of the essence by the time we get to next week. But here's the interesting thing to me, because the easy answer is self-preservation. But if Joe Schoen's job is to find the next head coach of the Giants, is his motivation to find the next head coach that's going to keep me employed, or to find the next head coach that's going to get the Giants to the promised land, even if that means costing me my power or costing me my job? Now, self-preservation will say he's going to pick the guy that's going to keep him. But if your job is to find the best candidate, Alan, isn't the moral imperative to take the step back and say, it's going to hurt me, but John Harbaugh is the best guy for the job. That's who I should recommend to John.
Yeah, it sounds great. It's exactly what you should do. You're right. But that's a decision that's made by the Maras and the Tisches.
Because no matter what happens, there's the possibility that after this process is done, Joe's gone.
Right?
Like Joe doesn't know. Joe could pick the next guy thinking it's going to help him. He's got no 100% assurance of that.
Let's keep this conversation going with the people. We got Jay in Queens. What up, Jay?
Hi, Jay.
Hey, how you guys doing? So, one thing I've noticed over the last, couple of days since Harbaugh got released is that the biggest criticism on him is that he hasn't been able to win with a two-time MVP over Lamar Jackson's career. However, the one thing I've noticed that consistently gets overlooked is Lamar Jackson has more turnovers in the playoffs than he does touchdowns. And for some reason, it never gets brought up. Mark Andrews got destroyed for dropping that pass.
Right.
But the one thing about that game that gets overlooked a lot is Josh Allen had 0 turnovers. Lamar Jackson had 2.
Yeah, and Harbaugh's won a Super Bowl without Lamar, and Lamar never won one.
And against the Chiefs, they lost 17-10. Patrick Mahomes, 0 turnovers. Lamar Jackson again, 2. So there's only so much you can blame on the coach when your two-time MVP is not performing at that level in the playoffs.
Jay, it's a great point, and the excuse has always been Mark Andrews dropped the ball. Who was the one? Hollywood Brown got hurt. Right? It would always be an injury or an offensive line issue. It was always something other than the quarterback play, because he really is a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah,
but it was always someone else's fault. You know what I mean? Like that. But Jay, you're not wrong with the
he's right.
Numbers do tell the story, but it always has been someone else's fault. It's never really been on Lamar. In fact, people are almost like feeling sorry for Lamar because he wasn't able to get deeper into the playoffs and prove what he can do in the playoffs, because it was always someone else that failed him. And the most recent was obviously Mark Andrews dropping a ball that looked very, very catchable.
It's so crazy because
and a kicker missing a field goal.
What do you say about Josh Allen? I mean, there's a lot of good quarterbacks that haven't been able to win a Super Bowl or go to a Super Bowl because of Patrick Mahomes. Right? There's only been one quarterback that's been able, to beat him that's not named Tom Brady.
Right.
And he's in Cincinnati right now with no hope of maybe ever doing it again. Mm-hmm. But that's why Lamar hasn't been able to win. That's why Josh Allen hasn't been able to win. There's some really good quarterbacks in the AFC.
Yeah, the AFC guys have not been able to get through other than Burrow because nobody can get past the Chiefs.
And the same thing happened when when Brady was there. Think of all the good quarterbacks then that couldn't get over the hump. How many championships would Phillip Rivers have if he didn't have to go, deal with Tom Brady? How many more championships would Peyton Manning have had if he didn't have to deal with New England and Tom Brady?
Yeah.
The AFC, because I saw a stat, you're going to laugh.
All right.
But it's a fact that since 2008, this will be the first time that the AFC championship game will not have Mahomes, Brady, or Sanchez.
That stat would sound so much better if Sanchez wasn't in it.
Well, if you want to make the say, it's the first time since 2011 that there hasn't been a championship game. But Sanchez did go to back-to-back championship games, so we're able to stretch it to 2008. But still, 3 quarterbacks have played. Been one of the teams in the championship game.
What was that matchup then?
In 2009 and 10?
No. So this takes you back to 2008, right?
2008. Oh, I'd have to choose.
God, I don't know.
2008 Super Bowl.
Stand by.
What was that? That wasn't
Joe Flacco, right? Was that? No, that's not Flacco. That's later Flacco.
Is that the aforementioned?
So it's Ravens Steelers.
Yeah, Ravens. So it would have been Ravens Steelers. So it would have been Flacco Roethlisberger.
It was Flacco.
Like you dream about.
Yeah. I was right. And
then it was
and Roethlisberger. So, wow.
Now there's been other, but I'm saying there's always been at least one of those 3. If you go back to 2008.
God, the AFC quarterbacks have upgraded so much in the last decade.
But it's always you went from Peyton winning them all. Brady winning them all to Mahomes winning them all. So there's been a lot of good quarterbacks that haven't been able to win.
You know what, Don? I'll give you a better one.
Here we go.
You got to go back to 2007 before you had an AFC that was all those guys take out Sanchez and put in Roethlisberger. Because Sanchez played against Roethlisberger and Manning, right?
Yes.
So just take out Sanchez and put in Roethlisberger. And now you go even further back. Do you like that one better?
Well, because Roethlisberger was in the 2010 championship game against Sanchez.
Right.
Manning was in 2009.
Right.
So you couldn't go to 2008. You'd have to go because you wanted to find multiple guys that made it multiple times, and Sanchez made it twice.
Oh, you're saying it was multiple is the key word here? I thought you said you can't go back. There is no AFC championship game without any of these guys in it until this.
Right.
Oh, all right. I didn't really.
I bet if we think on it more, we can even come up with more crazy stats.
Where would you bet that?
FanDuel.
Of course you would.
Because the wild card round is here, and FanDuel is turning on playoff mode, baby. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the wild card round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Pick the matchups you believe in. Like personally, I think I like the Bears this weekend. You could take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment, then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel.com, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game day. 21 or over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Guys, do we want to or not want to do pick 'em all this year?
Oh, for the weekend?
Oh, yeah, baby.
I think pick 'em all.
I think
what do you guys
all.
feel?
You want to do it?
You should hope we pick them all, Peter.
Of course.
That's the only way you're going to make it.
Well, that's why I don't want to, I don't want to influence the decision because obviously it behooves me to play pick 'em all.
I like it. Why not? There's not that many.
6.
It's 6 is a lot.
Big deal.
6.
Is it a bunch?
It's interesting. It's 6, right? But obviously we're going to pick some the same, and then we still have point allocation. So you
Hot 6.
You still have.
We're doing 6 point. We're doing 6 point plays. Did we do that last year?
Wait, did we do that, or
we absolutely did 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We did 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So it's basically starting over again.
This is daily
well,
doubles.
Technically we were.
Yeah, actually.
Last year we were starting over.
Last year we were starting over.
But this could flip the script.
Can't wait to tell Jarv, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
Don, you're the one. Don is the one who, in theory, would say, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, he might. Yeah, you have the right to veto this.
No, I want to have some fun.
That's a good.
Open this thing up.
Let's open it up.
So that means on a given week where a yo-yo like me, if I happen to have a different 6 and 5 than Don does, and Don misses his 6 and 5, and I nail my 6 and 5, I have a chance to pick up like 10 points on Don on a weekend.
Which you need more, wouldn't you?
Well, I got multiple weekends, buddy. Now, the games go down a bit. That's the thing. Next week's only 4 games, correct?
Yeah.
So it makes this weekend insanity. Speaking of which.
Crazy Eddie weekend.
Crazy Woody weekend.
Say that. That's awesome.
Crazy Woody weekend. Damien Woody.
All right, what's the odds he saw it? 0?
0.
I'm giving him a chance.
All right.
I'm going to jump him if he didn't say it.
Damien Woody, next, right here on DHR.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I want John Harbaugh as coach of this team. He likes the Giants. He likes Dart. They like him. This needs to get done. And then you're going to get the people. His record in the postseason is barely above 500. He's only been to the Super Bowl one time, and he hasn't been to the Super Bowl in a decade. And get me to the point where every year, if I don't go to the Super Bowl, that's a disappointing season. Get me there.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Ox Spine and New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. This westbound BQE crash in Brooklyn really making a mess of things. Right lane out right after Cadman Plaza and the Brooklyn Bridge involves an SUV and a tractor trailer. You're stopped there from the LIE in Queens, making it a slow crawl at the Brooklyn Bridge, heading onto the Brooklyn side. Backed up onto the southbound FDR from the 59th Street Bridge. Stick with the Whitestone Bridge heading across the Upper East River into Queens. Still have this police department activity on the Bronx side of the Throgs Neck Bridge. Traffic is solid there from the Bruckner. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and West Side Highway. Inbound George moving well for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland 10 to 15. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Oh, man. It is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Don't just go right over this one.
Hold on.
Don, you know this, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember this one.
Sexy Eyes. It's a good beat, though, Pete, right?
No, I like it. But who is it by? Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show?
That sounds about right.
By the way, that opening line was so creepy. Did you say I was watching people like make out with each other?
Oh, yeah. It
should be called
lyrics do border on
no,
creepy.
Very creepy.
But are you listening for the lyrics? Let's be honest. This is full.
I'm not listening. But
for the groove.
But the groove is there. Real quick, time for the Damien Woody Report, brought to you by Bet365. And with that, we bring in Damien Woody. Damien, Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year, everyone. How you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're fantastic. Talking to our guy, D. Wood.
How about those Islanders, D. Wood? 9-0 on the Devils. That was a game.
I haven't seen that type of hockey from the Islanders since I've been rooting for those guys. So they're playing a good brand. I'm loving how they looking, man. So it's all good over here.
Speaking of things you haven't seen,
there you go.
Thank you. Boy, yeah. Just to shoot you down now. I haven't seen it yet.
You make me sick, D. Honestly,
listen. I'm disgusted with myself right now. I'm disgusted with myself that I've let Don LaGreca down in this moment of truth right now.
It's really bad.
I am disgusted right now.
Well, because I've known you for 20 years, all right? I'm not going to say we're particularly close, but we have known each other for a long time. And to disrespect somebody like this, especially on the air.
In front of his family.
It really hurts, buddy. But I'm not going to let you up, man. I'm not going to be like, forget it. I'm going to ask you every week until you see
don't
it,
take this from him. This is a guy who didn't even use D-Wood, I got him a Christmas gift. He hasn't used it yet.
Relax, all right?
Work-related Christmas gift, left it home.
He's being hypocritical.
So don't take it from him.
He's being hypocritical.
That's right.
No, this is different. This is because
way different.
Because we're trying to give you something that, like what Alan gave Don, it's a nice little useful something for work.
Incredibly useful.
What we're trying to give you with Napoleon Dynamite, it's life-changing. You know, we're trying to give you joy with you and your family.
I mean,
that's irreplaceable.
It is.
Good times with the family. Now, but you still have time. You still have time. I think you're stuck with us through the entire NFL season.
Yes,
I have time. Time is on my side right now.
So, speaking of the NFL season, what is your level of excitement for this weekend? I happen to think it's a killer slate with particularly probably 2 or 3 that I absolutely cannot wait for. Where are you at excitement-wise for this bracket?
Oh, I'm loving it. I mean, listen, now that we got the regular season over with, now we get down to the nitty-gritty. I mean, I'm loving the slate of games. A couple games that I'm really, really intrigued with. The Jacksonville game with Buffalo. I think that is going to be intriguing. I think for most of the country probably hasn't seen Jacksonville play. Jacksonville is for real. Jacksonville is legit. They're very good on both sides of the ball. Trevor Lawrence is on a heater right now. I think the Jags are on an 8-game winning streak, and they're going up against Josh Allen. And everyone we've been saying, if not now, then when for Josh Allen. So that's a great game, and I love our Monday night game, Pittsburgh against Houston. Like that Houston defense, they could ride that thing all the way to the Super Bowl the way those boys play on the defensive side of football. So we got some really good games coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. And the other thing, too, is in the NFC, I keep looking at the Rams and the Eagles because of Stafford and Hurts. When you have the parity that you have at this level, Woody, how big is it to get experience like you have with Stafford and Hurts?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, you're talking about two guys that are Super Bowl winners. I mean, so that, when you talk about parity and team new what I call new blood in the, in the tournament, a lot of new faces, it's, you can't understate, the veteran presence, the quarterbacks that have been in these situations, been there, done that on the highest of stages. Obviously, both of those guys winning Super Bowls, and that's why I think a lot of people, talk about the Rams as being the, kind of the favorites come out of the NFC, and obviously you can't dismiss the champs in the Philadelphia Eagles.
So can we get to it? Let's just get to it. The John Harbaugh of it all. First of all, your level of surprise. Second of all, if it's Miami or the Giants, which way?
First of all, I wasn't surprised. I figured the loser of that game, there was going to be a change made either with Baltimore or with Pittsburgh, and obviously, Baltimore went down with that missed field goal. And, listen, at the end of the day, man, it's, John Harbaugh has been in Baltimore. He's done some really good things, been there, I think, 18 years. At some point, man, NFL is not for long. And to be able to be with that organization for that period of time, and we've constantly talked about over the last few years how Baltimore probably has the best roster, but they couldn't get over the hump, and it culminated into this moment, obviously, with Baltimore not making the playoffs and then making a move. Not surprising. If I'm picking, you said between the Giants and what other team?
Dolphins.
Me personally,
yeah.
I think the Giants. You got a quarterback in place. Like, that is such a big part of the equation, is getting a quarterback in place. Miami, Tua's done. Tua's done. They're gonna have to eat the cap, which is going to be a big thing. And I know some people talk about it's not a big deal. Salary cap is going up. We've seen the Denver Broncos eat cap space, and look how they've done. But there's a lot of work that has to be done down in Miami. Now, he might want the clean slate with Miami and be paired with the general manager of his liking, but I'd rather have the quarterback. Give me the quarterback and the pieces that the Giants have at their disposal right now.
Well, there's also something to think about when it comes to the Giants and a coaching situation. You just mentioned it. Whoever was going to lose that game was going to lose their coach. But if Pittsburgh loses this weekend, Mike Tomlin becomes available. Would you rather? And if you're still going through the process. If you're the Giants, is it would you go all in for Tomlin then? Is Harbaugh still the guy that would be the leader in the clubhouse? Who would be the bigger candidate if both guys now become available?
Oh man, it's like you're asking me to choose between the two. That's a tough one, but I would if Mike Tomlin were available, I would lean Tomlin.
Why?
I would lean Tomlin. I just think Tomlin is the creme de la creme. If he were to become available, he would jump up to the number one spot for me. It still would be hard for me to fathom Mike Tomlin, being out, even if they lose, because this matchup against Houston is not a good matchup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if they do lose this game, I don't see Mike Tomlin being out yet. I thought if it was going to happen, it would have happened if the Pittsburgh Steelers had lost last week.
Now, what if they were? Is there any nuance there? What if they get blown out by Houston, like they're really not in the game and just get waxed at home?
I mean, listen, this is the NFL, and anything can happen. But you also got to understand it's the Rooney family. They're maybe the most patient owners in the National Football League. Hell, they've only had 3 coaches in the history of their franchise. So, if you're going to make a move like that, maybe they feel like, we're a 6-time Super Bowl winning franchise. Maybe we need someone to take us to the next level. That could always happen. I keep pointing back to, Andy Reid. He had all that success in Philly and ultimately didn't get it done there, and then, moved over to Kansas City, and we've all witnessed the amount of success he had with the Chiefs. So, in this day and age, you never know what an owner is thinking, and that could play itself out if this game just, turns into an ugly ordeal for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damien, is there a scenario where you could see McDermott lose his job in Buffalo?
I think that's a great question, and that's something that you had to consider. I will say this, though. I think that, we talk about McDermott. How about Brandon Beane? Like the roster in Buffalo is just not impressive. How many times, every game we talk about with Buffalo, Josh Allen has to put on his cape. Why does he have to put on his cape? Because who does he have to throw the damn ball to? Outside of Dalton Kincaid, he had nobody. Like, you look at Buffalo, their roster is just not, all that great. And so, yeah, we could look at Sean McDermott, but I would take a harder look at the GM and Brandon Beane and his acquisition of talent up there.
That's two, boys, right? Booger said the same thing yesterday, D-Wood, when we brought up McDermott. He's like, look more at the roster. And he was the exact thing you said he said. So you guys are all seeing the same thing, right? Like, there's not enough talent there. And the roster was good at one point. Like, again, when they went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs that year, that seemed like the best that roster was going to be. Diggs obviously just couldn't behave himself and couldn't get along for whatever reason. They have gone – their defense has lost some key pieces. They have not replaced some guys. This has been more of a roster issue than it has been anything else. So maybe that's really where they look, instead of coach.
That's what I would do. I mean, the roster has slowly been deteriorating over the years, and they've asked more and more of Josh Allen to, shoulder the load. And obviously, listen, they got James Cook. James Cook is ended up being the NFL rushing leader, and their offensive line is pretty good. But again, in a passing league, they don't have any no threats on the outside. And their defense is nowhere near what they was a couple years ago. So again, we can criticize Sean McDermott for the amount of times he's been in these situations to come up short, but I would look at the GM and how this roster is constructed.
I'm trying to decide, D. Wood, what I'm most excited for. We're doing a little thing that we like to call Pick 'em All this weekend, where we are picking every single of all 6 playoff games. Normally we only do 3. If you were to be loading 6 points, we allocate points to each game, what would be your 6-point pick this weekend? Who is the team you are most confident in Wild Card weekend?
Team I'm most confident in. Boy, that's a good one.
And, for example, if you say the Rams, that's great, but they got to cover the 10.5.
Who's playing the Carolina Panthers?
That's the LA Rams.
That'd be the Rams. 10.5.
And it's a 10.5 road game. It's a 10.5 road game.
Hey, man, like, they getting Devontae Adams back. Like, look, man, the Carolina Panthers, they backdoored into the postseason. I know they're getting the home game. They beat them earlier this year, but it's hard to beat somebody twice in the same season. And I don't see it happening. I think the Rams going to go down there and just handle business convincingly this go-around.
You think I'm crazy for being extremely confident in the Patriots at home?
Not at all. Like, the Patriots are very well coached, man. Like, they're not the super flashiest of teams, but they're very well coached. Their quarterback has been, obviously I think, he's going to get a lot of votes for MVP this year. The defense is good. They got a good running game. So the Patriots are one of those teams that they don't beat themselves, man. Like, you're going to have to go and beat them. And they're playing at home. So good luck with that.
We all know you just shouldn't beat yourself. So, D. Wood, let's go from one of your former teams to another. Our good friend, Stephen A. Smith, really took it to the Jets the last couple of days about the condition and the state of the franchise. And basically saying if you're a college quarterback, and the Jets are going to pick you, you should say no and stay in school. Garrett Wilson went to social media to fire back and did so kind of defending the franchise and, the idea of the Jets being a laughingstock, which, I mean, the history's there. It's proven. So what Stephen A. said is not technically wrong, but I'm looking at it more of Garrett Wilson seeming like he's 10 toes down. Do you see that as something that might be a mild surprise and maybe a pleasant surprise that Garrett would be this vocal in speaking up for a franchise that has taken a lot of hits, when you would consider that he might be a guy to be like, get me out of here? But instead, he's defending it.
No, I'm not surprised at all because look who wasn't traded. The organization had an opportunity, to trade any one of these guys.
Right.
Look who they traded away and look who they kept. That tells you what the organization feel about, certain players. And Garrett Wilson to me is a franchise, cornerstone type of player because he has the right mentality. I think he's a guy that hates to lose, and I know he's, done a lot of losing in New York, but he's the type of guy that you build around, with the Jets. And I got to say, I think Stephen A. was absolutely wrong. Listen, are the Jets allowed to start? No question about it. And that's of their own doing. But to sit here and say that a quarterback, if you got an opportunity to be picked in the top 2 to stay in school, that's just a dumb take. That's a dumb take. Like, the amount of money that you're going to be paid, like, you have to come out if you're a quarterback that's probably going to get picked in the top 2. Doesn't make any sense because the only place you can go is what? Down if you go back to school.
Damien, besides the fact that you completely and utterly show no regard for Don's taste in film, we love talking to you every week. And we look forward to next week when you also haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite.
Right. Enjoy your movie.
I'm not going to disrespect Don LaGreca anymore.
Thank you.
I'm going to make sure I come with the receipts next week so we can put this all behind us.
Please. Do yourself a favor. It's a good movie.
All right.
All right, y'all take it easy, man.
Enjoy the weekend, buddy. He can't watch this weekend. He's got 6 games to watch.
There's no chance he's watching it.
He's got college football playoff today and tomorrow. He's got 6. It's not happening.
No.
Now, Ian O'Connor with a very interesting tweet I want to break down when we come back.
Oh, a teaser-rooney. By the way, that Damien Woody report was brought to you by Bet365.
Sure.
Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Never is.
As Don just said, we'll break down that tweet and much more on the other side on Don Hahn Rosenberg.
Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. Listen up, football. Never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
The college football playoff isn't over. Not yet. That epic run, that wild dream, not over till the clock hits 0. Till the stadium shakes. Till the wild things are let loose. Till the trophy is lifted and the confetti falls. This is the national championship. When it's over, you'll feel it. This is the wild world of college football. The CFP National Championship, Monday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The College Football Playoff Semifinals on ESPN Radio. Tonight in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
From 47 yards, he got it!
Ole Miss faces Miami.
And it's intercepted! It's going to be a Miami pick six!
Then on Friday in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's Indiana, Oregon. The College Football Playoff Semifinals, 7 Eastern. Tonight and tomorrow on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The boat that day he left the shop.
You're lonely. She's waiting. Call now.
Lido Shuffle.
Hot dog.
So have you seen the Ian tweet?
I've not. I've been waiting with bated breath. I took my pants off.
It's very
and I'm just sitting here waiting.
It's very... Prove it. Stand up.
I can't.
Interesting. Well, but there's pills for that. Kevin Stefanski, indeed, described as a very impressive guy after meetings with Giants front office, ownership, and various department heads. But in the wake of the Miami opening, Giants are said to still be very confident they'll get John Harbaugh in the building next week. We shall see. Okay. So I'm reading it, and I'm like, oh, they're still very confident they get him. No, they're just confident they're going to get an interview.
In the building.
So
we'll get him to come here, but that's where the confidence stops.
Which tells me nothing, because I'm sure he's still going to do his due diligence and talk to other people. But it kind of went from, not that the Giants ever said we're confident we're going to get him, but when I'm reading the tweet, I'm thinking, okay, we're still confident we're in the running. No, we're just confident he's going to show up for his meeting.
Yeah, that's not thrilling.
Yeah.
No, it didn't feel great.
Did you guys ever look at the silly graphic I sent to our chat that showed a picture of the uprights in the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game? And to the left of the field goal of the goalpost, it said Harbaugh fired. No. Hold on. Who was kicking the field goal? Baltimore was. To the left, Harbaugh fired. If it was between the uprights, Tomlin fired. If it was to the right, Harbaugh fired. Do you believe that to be true? If Baltimore wins that, hits that kick, is that it for Tomlin in Pittsburgh? And we're talking about, can we get Mike Tomlin here?
Yes.
I wonder if it was that simple.
Well, think about it. They went on that little run after the fire Tomlin chance. But they were, held to 3 points, didn't score a touchdown in Cleveland. And then you lose at home in a winner-take-all game. Yeah, I feel like he'd be gone. Now, is it possible that then Harbaugh loses to Houston and he's also out, yeah, I think that's also a possible scenario. I think both were on shaky ground.
I think my prediction is now that we know how fast they moved on from Harbaugh, I think Harbaugh may have been on shakier ground than Tomlin is.
Probably.
Particularly for one reason, and that's Lamar Jackson, who's clearly out on Harbaugh.
Yes.
Whereas in Pittsburgh, the only option they have at quarterback is a 42-year-old legend who loves Tomlin. So it's a different situation. Harbaugh, there's something. I wonder when that frayed, but you guys could tell from the question asked about Lamar Jackson to the video he posted the day after Harbaugh was relieved of his duties, where he showed him walking down the hallway and playing some upbeat song, that Lamar Jackson no longer had any love for John Harbaugh.
Well, maybe it just came down to, they're both feeling the heat for not having won in a while, and this is a way of showing that it's not my fault. Lamar can
at least for the moment. Because then guess what? The pressure then gets ratcheted up on Lamar next year.
Yeah.
So you only have this off season to enjoy it's not me, because by the time you get to the end of training camp, everyone's now going to be looking at Lamar like, hey, so is this now, you're now going to take us to the promised land, right?
But we had a caller earlier that I thought was spot on about the fact that if you take a look statistically, he doesn't seem to be the same quarterback in the postseason as he is in the regular season. Now, he is the only, I don't know if it's quarterback or just MVP overall, two-time MVP to not play in a Super Bowl. I mean, that is kind of odd. So is that on him? Is that his coach? Well, his coach did go to a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco and won it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it becomes that, Belichick, Brady, who needs who more?
Yeah.
Right now it feels like, Lamar probably needs John more. But we'll see. You're right. Next year they get another coach in here and they win the Super Bowl, then it'll be like Brady. Hey, look at it. I just need to get rid of my coach.
Have you guys ever seen, in one of these debates, and obviously there's never been, that I know of, there's never been a debate as sort of hotly contested as this one on this kind of subject, as between Brady and Belichick. Have you ever seen someone win more decisively and spike the ball more than Brady's beaten Belichick?
Well, it shows you how important it is to these quarterbacks, right? That they get their fair share of the reason.
It's the life after, and who's kind of done more after.
Not only done more.
The split.
One goes to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The other one literally is now floundering and embarrassing themselves.
Yeah, well, no, think about it.
Has not aged well.
Not only just won a Super Bowl in Tampa, became an owner, became a broadcaster, has developed into a good broadcaster, has a brand, has become very, very respectable, admire all the stuff that he's done, has become a personality. Since the divorce, he's had the better life. There's no question.
Well, except for his divorce, but yes,
you know what I mean. Is he really?
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
Is he really losing?
No, I think he's doing just fine. But
I'm sure he's doing okay.
But and let's not forget, came up short of the Super Bowl, decides to come back, then wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
He just looks fantastic. And
that's
Belichick,
why I'd watch the Raiders. He's going to be very hands-on.
Although I always have to remember that ownership, upper management and ownership for former players is a different animal. One of my points of pride with Larry Bird was how good he was as upper management.
Well, coach.
Well, but even post-coach, right?
Really good as a coach.
No, really good as a coach. Yeah. And there are a lot of players who can't transition to that.
Well, think about it.
Larry did it all. Larry did coach and upper management and did it all.
Magic tried and couldn't come near.
And Michael was a complete disaster.
Yeah, Gretzky was not good. There's a lot of. It's hard.
Mario's been damn good. Mario had a hell of a run.
Mario gets it though. I feel like that. I feel
God,
like
it's just my childhood heroes. They are the only ones who get it.
And then, Ozzie Newsome, Hall of Fame tight end, and he's been a great general manager.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how – Lynch was a really good player, but he's been a great general manager.
No, he was a solid player.
He was very good, yeah.
Very good. Now
it's that thing where, coaching-wise, the problem I always hear, I heard it with Gretzky. They don't know why they're great, and they just can't explain how to do things.
Well, and if other people aren't the exact level of psychotic lunatic that they are, they don't respect them.
Yeah, I remember, Alan, I was talking to Chico the other day, and he was like, Billy Smith, because he backed up Billy in those championships. And Billy would do things and think the game, and Chico would like, how did you do that? And Billy, I really don't know. I just did it. He could not put into words how he figured out how to do things. He's like, that's what happens with the great ones, and that's why they can't usually coach or be in upper mix. They can't. Then they expect players to be as good as they were, and most players aren't. And then they get frustrated.
Yeah, for some reason, Michael Jordan and Kwame Brown just couldn't identify with each other.
Yeah, that was a bad pick, no?
It didn't work great. Turned out to be an entertaining guy, we found out 20 years later.
Well, at least the Wizards have Trae Young now.
Well, let's look. You know what? Good
They're
tease for ENN.
destination now.
Good tease for ENN. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
It sure is.
Hockey Ranger as the Rangers and Sabres come up after us, 6:30 on 880. Devils in Pittsburgh taking on the aforementioned Pens at 7. Isles visit the Predators at 8 in coverage of the Fiesta Bowl. Ole Miss in Miami begins it on 10:50 at 7:30, and then we'll join that game in progress on 880 following the Rangers. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. ENN is next, baby, right here on DHR.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. We still have this big issue over in Brooklyn, westbound BQE, right after Cadman Plaza and the Brooklyn Bridge. They're trying to pick up this crash involving an SUV and a tractor-trailer. Right lane is out, been out there for over 2 hours. Traffic is at a standstill from Queens Boulevard in Queens. That is you jammed at the Brooklyn Bridge getting onto the Brooklyn side. Delays go back onto the southbound FDR. You're hitting the brakes from Gracie Mansion. Rangers are home tonight over at MSG. You definitely don't want to drive on the east side of town because of this situation. West side and mass transit, a much better option. Heading over to the outbound George, heaviest ride, Cross Bronx westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway on through. Inbound George, still in great shape for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Arena about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland about 10 to 15. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
the very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight is brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. And I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Richard.
Hot dog.
And to myself. Insanity! And to John in Manhattan.
You're lonely. She's waiting. Call now.
So good.
How's that music picking up in Pittsburgh, Donnie?
Actually, I think they're doing pretty good, right? And they haven't been exclusive of all.
Overall, I would like to say that my favorite hockey team has been the single best and most respectful of every team I've heard in the league so far. How about that?
I think you're 100% right.
Alan, you agree, don't you?
Today has been the most non-invasive Don on the road
thus far
we've ever had.
Yeah. I love
it.
this.
They get it here.
Just one horn, right? And that was a good signify, hey, take some calls.
Yeah, take some calls.
Yeah, it woke us up anyway.
That might have been why they did it.
Didn't Toronto give you your own office?
Well, that doesn't mean that we're saying in arena.
Yeah, in arena, like if he didn't have an option.
Right.
This isn't about the organization being respectful or not. It's very nice that Toronto gave him an office, but this means that in the arena in Pittsburgh, they say we don't need these reindeer games of blasting music all night. Even now, it's in a nice low volume.
Now, they've only got the 3 teams here. But of all the American teams that have a hockey team, I don't know if there's a better city than Pittsburgh that gives love to the hockey team. They truly love the Penguins in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
more than the Pirates.
Real thing.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're right. Listen, the Steelers obviously are bigger, but the Penguins are right there.
No.
They legit have a following. Well, how do we
Pens
feel
are right
about
there.
How do we feel about the fact that it's the only city where all the teams share the same?
Well, we've talked about
colorway?
that. It's fantastic.
No, but do we like that? Do we wish that was a thing everywhere else?
I don't know about everywhere else, but I think it's dope.
It's pretty cool.
It's undeniably dope. Like the reason the song Black and Yellow works so well by Wiz Khalifa is he's not talking about one team.
Yeah.
Like it ends up being the colors of the city. In New York, when WWE goes to a city, they like to make their merch, like the John Cena merch or whatever, the Stone Cold, they like to take their merch and make it the colors of the primary teams.
Right.
In New York, depending where they play, you can come up with a different look. Whereas you go to Pittsburgh, everything's black and yellow, baby. Also, can we be honest? The black and yellow is fantastic.
It's
also just fine. As someone who has a lot of Penguins merch, it just looks great.
As a St. Anthony's Friar, it's a great combination.
There you go.
I guess the closest is red, white, and blue, right? I mean, the Yankees don't have red in their uniform,
we have blue and orange
but it's in their logo.
Don't we? We've got some blue and orange.
No, there's double blue and orange.
Yep.
No, there's triple blue and orange.
With the Islanders.
With Islanders,
Mets, and Knicks.
So you have that.
Yeah.
And then you have the Jets just hanging out by themselves.
For whatever reason, decided to go green, which doesn't make sense, but okay.
The Yankees are by themselves.
Well, we know why the Jets did green. It's the whole Hess thing, but that's another story for another day.
So the only red, white, and blue, Don, is the Rangers.
Rangers, Giants.
Rangers, Giants, Yankees are technically red, white, and blue. They do
nonsense.
Red.
No,
but not in uniform, but in the logo.
No, in the logo.
In the 80s logo.
But the logo,
you do not see that logo.
Script Yankees with the bat and the hat. That's
that
red,
is
white, and blue.
Their logo.
I love that logo. I have a hat with that logo.
That's my favorite logo, and it's American.
But by the way, the fact that you had to say, Anthony, I like that logo means it's not really their logo.
That's fair.
The logo, in fact, if you want to put teams together, it's the Yes Network teams. They're closer to the Nets. That pitch super dark navy and white is closer to probably the Nets than anything. The Nets are black though, right?
Nets are now wearing black since they moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah, but that navy blue is so dark. It's black and Jays.
It is black
right?
and Jays.
In the 70s when I'm watching on a black and white television, I thought the Yankees colors were black and white.
Dude.
When growing up as a kid, I always thought they were black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could I remember when we got into the era in the 90s when the starters, not regular starter jackets, when the satin warm-ups got hot again.
Oh, those.
And particularly the hottest one was the black Yankees one. People were like, I was like, oh, that's one of their colors, right? It makes sense. No, it's not.
No,
it's not. So anyways, long way of saying it, I do think the black and yellow combo is very, very cool.
Very nice.
Welcome to ENN, everyone. We're excited to be here for you. We have talked a little bit about the college football playoff today, including playing some very awkward audio from Mendoza earlier. How about Mendoza's coach, Curt Cignetti, on a story from a former player saying he's never happy?
No, that's not right.
I mean, there's a lot of times I am happy, I just don't show I'm happy. And if I'm going to ask my players to play the first game, first play, to play 150 the same regardless of the competitive circumstances, then I can't be seen on the sideline, right, high-fiving people and celebrating, or what's going to happen, right? What's the effect going to be? That's why I am like I am during the game. Plus, I got to make important decisions and manage the game. These decisions we have to make in terms of game management, when to use timeout, when not to use timeout, whether to be aggressive in 2 minutes, right? I had to use a timeout on defense that I called against Alabama on 4th and 1, right? And ended up being a pretty big sequence, you know. So you got to be dialed in and thinking ahead. I'll smile and celebrate later in the coach's room.
You know, that guy
I'm only
Thursday.
happy when I'm miserable.
I
told you he was starting to go that way.
It should always
like
be a
him
college
lot.
football coach. Always.
But why is it?
I like him a lot too.
But why do these coaches think that we're going to buy? That they're just so into what they do that they literally can't do anything else. Like, I'm waiting for one to say, "Listen, my sponsors depends because I have to soil myself because I can't take the time to go to the bathroom because that'll take away from the prep." How am I supposed to tell my players that I care about them if I'm going to relieve myself in the bathroom? No, I'm going to do it in my pants and show them how much I care. Dude, you can multitask. You're a coach. You're a leader of 100 men. Stop it. You can chew gum and walk at the same time, you dope. Stop this whole facade of, "Oh, well, I'm just into coaching football. I don't have time to breathe. I don't have time to go to the bathroom and flush the toilet. I don't have time to zip my fly."
A lot of drops.
Why'd you lose the game? I zip my fly, man. And you know what happens when you zip your fly? You have 2 seconds. You're not thinking about the game, and you lose.
It's inefficient.
A lot of drops coming from ENN today.
Morons.
Yeah, at least tomorrow we're in business.
Morons.
No, it's so true. Like, there are all these different people who like get things. Like, you could literally be president of the United States, and you don't sound as serious as a college football coach. No one takes their job more seriously than a college football coach. Although I will tell you guys, Mendoza, based on the audio I heard from him earlier today, if you draft him, he has to be one of the great talents we've ever seen in history, or he's completely unbearable. No, he can't be a real guy. He literally talking about what he's listening to. He's like, "Well, I like to listen to pop music when I'm on my way to class so I can get into a good zone so I can concentrate and learn." I mean, it's bizarre.
Well,
he sounds like a nice guy. It's just bizarre.
It's got to work. And by the way, last point on Cignetti. Think about this. He has taken a basketball school and turned it into a football school. Like, he's only won every level. He's won. Like, this guy is a great coach to a point now where if you're an NFL team, you got to think about it. Like, he's that good of a coach. And I'm wondering to myself, is he a guy, though, that another one of these college coaches that is really good in college, but that act is not going to work in the NFL? Like, pro players aren't going to. But apparently everybody loves him. So.
Yeah, but you got to make that adjustment, man, because.
But he can coach, man. And he lets you know it, too. He talks trash. Anyways.
I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm at least going to watch I'm getting my flight's at 9:45. I think I have TV. If the flight's at 9:45 and it's a college bowl game that begins at 7:30, I would say I'm at least good for the fourth quarter on the plane, right? If not a bit more.
Where are you going?
To Orlando, Florida.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to go to Perth.
No, I'm
you'll be landing at the half.
No. I take off at 9:45.
Exactly.
Games is what's kickoff? 7:30.
7:30.
Yeah.
But the way college football bowl games go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Who's the halftime act?
It might be halftime tomorrow by the time I land. Like it could go all night.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hopeful
time,
for.
Not halftime.
Well, I am very excited, guys. This is the first time since Maya's been born that on these insane Florida days, where generally my mode was fly in the morning, land in Florida, go straight to WWE Performance Center, do Cheap Heat on Sirius from 12 to 2, meet with people about my WWE stuff from 2 to 2:30, be on the air with us till 7, and then call 3 or 4 wrestling shows. I'm just very excited that for the first time, I asked Natalie's permission, and I'm flying out on the last flight tonight. So at least I have that hellish day tomorrow, but it starts with me waking up already in Orlando.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I have to soil myself.
You see what I'm saying? I'm excited about it. I'm going to go home. I'm going to put the baby down, and then
I'm going to do it in my pants.
That's not the timing I would like for that. All right.
That needs context.
Yeah. That's what Maya might be saying.
Well, no, that's what Maya. By the way, Maya says this every day.
I'm going to do it in my pants.
Holy cannoli!
All right, moving right along here. Let's talk a little bit more about the foosball of it all. Here's Tom Pelissero on with Rich Eisen. The chances Buffalo moves on from Sean McDermott.
There's certainly been speculation about Buffalo. I would also say Sean McDermott is one of the fastest, if not the fastest coach in NFL history to 100 wins in 9 years. He's been highly successful in the NFL. But again, to use that theory of the owners watching the other owners, Terry Pegula is not blind to what's going on in other places. If you are firing John Harbaugh because he's not getting over the hump with Lamar Jackson, do you consider just, hey, Sean McDermott's a great and highly successful coach, but maybe we need a different voice? Again, there's nothing in motion at this time, but let's see what happens on Sunday in Jacksonville.
Well,
where there's smoke, there's fire.
We heard it from Damien Woody. We heard it from Booger McFarland. If there's a change that they should make, it's probably a GM. But if they change the general manager, do you keep McDermott or do you just wipe the whole slate clean?
That's a good question, too.
The reverse of the Giants is like, do I want to bring in a general manager who's not going to have a say in who his coach is?
That's exactly it. And really, as again, Booger and D would have said, that they feel as players the bigger issue is player personnel, not coaching.
And that's a GM problem, not a coaching problem.
Fascinating storylines to watch this weekend. Here's Jeff Darlington on NFL Live. Was Mike McDaniel fired because of John Harbaugh?
Now, I am told, and again, let me explain this, that is not the case, that McDaniel's firing was independent of Harbaugh's availability, that it happened as a result of that meeting and ultimately as a result of the continued toiling that Ross was going through when it came to the head coach. Now, we looked to today for hints. The team is interviewing 3 candidates in-house today. They interviewed interim general manager Champ Kelly yesterday, and now they've got 3 in-house today. One of those names is Chad Alexander. Alexander is very close with the Harbaugh brothers, including John Harbaugh, and it is believed that Alexander and Harbaugh would potentially reunite if he were to get a GM job. All that being said, I'm also told the Dolphins have not made that decision on a GM, that they are expected to make the decision in the next 24 hours.
Now I'm told we have to say goodbye to Donald.
It was a pleasure, guys. We'll talk to you from home tomorrow.
Oh, you're damn right. You bet your ace. Have a great call tonight.
I don't have time to zip my fly.
No, you don't.
He has no time for that.
So long. There he is.
Good job on the call tonight. Exciting. All that stuff you just heard Darlington say, of course, is tomorrow we're really going to know, right? Because he expects something to happen tomorrow. That will really, to me, send shockwaves to New York if it is Chad Alexander. Because that's when you just feel like, okay, connect the dots. It's done. Right? If you're the Giants.
I would think
you might get him in there, but you're going to feel like you're going through the process and you really have no chance. If they don't hire him, then maybe they know that one doesn't guarantee the other. So there's a lot there. It's still this is tomorrow's a huge day.
I'm very grateful for this moment in time.
Why is that? Just
because the off season when you had 2 teams play terrible football can be a nightmare.
Right.
But we actually now have something meaty to grab onto.
Wasn't this last year with the Jets?
Sorry about that.
Oh,
yeah.
I talked over it, too.
You did. No, you saved me?
Were you trying, though? You were.
I think we can get there.
Myself.
Don't you worry.
No, I wasn't. It was just something meaty to grab onto. You know what I mean? Do we have this last year?
Yeah, with the Jets.
With who?
The Jets. The Jets cleaned house, and we're going to hire a coach. And
there was no one sexy out. That's the thing. But this year, there's.
I see what you're saying.
This John Harbaugh becoming free, like if Stefanski had been the best thing out there, this would not have been as fun. Harbaugh, and obviously, if Tomlin were to be out there, then forget it. It's like the sexiest free agent coach draft in decades. Because more often than not, we talk about this. There's always 6 or 7 openings every year.
6, 7.
And you can't stop. Honestly, you do have to stop. You have to stop. It's over.
Jacob did it too.
Jacob did it. All right,
that's worse. That's
you understand? It's in my house, man. I can't. It just happens. We all do it. And we all laugh. It's just stupid.
And but people are still. I thought it's dead. Who's still laughing at it?
It's dead, but it's not dead if you have kids and you just all like look at each other.
So which kids are the most into it? It's the youngest only, right?
Believe it or not, Gracie at 17 does it out of almost like
irony.
It.
It's ironic,
and it just becomes like that goofy thing you do when you're a teenager because you know it's stupid, rather than something that you think is cool. Like Callie at 10 does it because it's like everybody does it, and Gracie does it because she makes fun of it. But because they both do it every single time,
you can't help it now.
Can't help it. So now it's just like an automatic response.
I saw one of those clips moving around today that messed with me.
Why's that?
Matt Damon on New Heights podcast.
Yeah.
And now this is right up your alley, this sort of content. They were talking about having kids, and Matt Damon was talking about how he has a 17-year-old who right now has a broken collarbone.
Oh.
And the other day when she was getting ready for school, she asked him if he could brush her hair. Okay. And so he said it wasn't until he ran the brush through her hair that he realized he hadn't brushed her hair in like 8 years, and that he never knew like when the last time was that he would brush his daughter's hair.
Why are you doing that? Right
Dude, hit the music, guys.
Why are you doing that? Every day I drive her to school every morning, right? And I think every time when she gets out of the car and goes into school, every single time, I say, it's one less time. Because next year, she'll get up and go to class on her own, right? It's why I am, like, she could easily get on the bus. She doesn't have her license yet. She's going through that process. But I'm willing to do this every day because I want to.
Right.
But every single time she gets out, I always have one less time. You're going to go through it. You're going to see.
Oh, no. Hold on. This is so bad that I've always been extremely emotional. However, when we first talked about this, like way back, and you played I Loved Her First, I was like, oh, that's
Juicy
sweet.
Does that to me all
no,
the time.
listen. I remember you guys talking about it, though. And the first time you played it, I went, oh, that's sweet. This time when Jacob just played it, I immediately got a lump in my throat. Immediately. Because I have that thought, like, when I'm holding her and looking at her face and just kissing her and telling her how much I love her, that I'm like, that is, like, she's mine. And there will be one day when she'll always be mine, but it's not the same.
But it doesn't change.
But it's different.
It's that needing you less.
Right. And as you pointed out, if you do a great job, at some point won't need you anymore.
Supposed to never need you, but that's the thing. But Emma has been teaching me that that's always like the less she needs me, the more she makes sure to let me know she still needs me, right? Which is her awareness as they get older. So, but it's still these little things that with Emma I didn't, and even Zach, like I never thought about it because you're just going through life, just hurry up, get there. And then it's like you leave them at school and you drive home and you go, oh my God, like I didn't even think about that last time. And now like Callie's 10 and she's, for her age, is a big, strong girl. I pick her up as much as I can until I can't. Because like you said that one day, it's like you don't know the last time you pick up your child. You got the chance. You never know when was the last time you did that. And it's like with Callie, I'm like, until I fall over.
I am keeping that song close by. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it all
He's
the
been
time.
doing this to me. You've been playing this since this is like
On
almost
Solo
10
days.
years.
Yep.
Almost 10 years.
But now that he knows it'll get me also, it's a double win.
Oh, he loves this.
I just got to find some sad Ozzy song for Don, and I'm good. I'm all set.
Changes could get it done. I don't know. Yeah.
Did you get that Michael Irvin that I sent in the group?
I do. Let's hear it.
Because we need to end on something hilarious.
All right. This is Michael Irvin, obviously pumped
Come on,
up.
the U.
for the U tonight against Ole Miss.
We don't care. We'll come to your damn house, put our foot on your throat, and snatch out your damn heart. And that's what we are about to do tomorrow. We are going to snatch out their heart.
It's a neutral site, right? They're in Arizona?
It doesn't matter.
All right.
But how is it their house?
It doesn't matter. If I told you that his heart exploded while doing that, you'd be like, yeah. If you watch the video,
he
absolutely losing
Michael
his mind.
Irvin has looked like he has been on a bender for a month.
A month?
30 years.
At least.
But like, I've been seeing videos of him bumping into people on the street. Like Michael Irvin, and I'm going to say this.
He's the world's hype man.
I have to say this, though. I truly believe he probably means every bit of it. Like, I do not think it's performative.
No, I don't think it's performative at all. Here's the thing. You know what would be a shocking video of Michael Irvin? Him sleeping. Can you imagine seeing him still and quiet?
No, and you know that when
that'd be jarring. Like, oh my God, move.
And I've
never seen him sit still.
You imagine that when he wakes up out of his sleep, he's just instantly like, ah! like, do you think he's groggy? Or is Michael Irvin just like, hey, where are we going? Let's go, Canes.
I told the alarm clock, I don't need you. I ripped the plug right out of the wall. I'll tell you when to wake up.
I would love to see Michael Irvin throw on cleats tonight and just be like, Coach, I'm going in the game, and just run one play, and Jacob pull a full Vince McMahon, tear both of his quads, just running right onto the field.
He looks on the sideline like he's ready to go in the game.
That must be so fun, though. Because I'll say this:
it's great.
When listen, I didn't play for Maryland, and hell, I barely pay attention relative to who I used to be. But when Maryland's very good at basketball, I know what it means because I went there. When my high school was good at basketball, I was a lunatic. Like,
really?
Like whatever I am for the Commanders, my high school basketball team. Oh, I was front row at every game. I was screaming nonstop.
Nice.
They were my guys.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. My high school team I was dead serious about.
Nothing better than that.
Guys, we're going to do this thing again. We're going to watch the college foosball. I'm going to go to Orlando.
I'm going to do a little yacht rock, boys.
He's going to do some yacht rock out on the island. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Have a great night, everyone.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every